what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Real quick, what it do, Ron? How you living?
What's good? What's good, everybody?
What's
Respect
good,
to the man.
running?
Respect
You
to you,
coming through
Jody.
nice and clear.
Good topic. Good topic.
Yeah. I'm finna be coming. I think I'm well, once we get through this question, well, I'll definitely just elaborate on my next moves and stuff coming up. Um, what do I guess expat? What you think it did Ronan at the after right near? I love to hear your thoughts on it though. But expat, what's your thoughts on that? Do women really love simps?
I say they love what Simps. They love what they can get from Simps, what they provide. They've been over to, provide for a person. At the same time, the woman doesn't love them. And if something better comes along, something they think that's better comes along, they the first they Simps are the first ones that the woman will leave in most cases. You see that in all Western countries, everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Um, yeah, Ronan, you go, and I would elaborate after you, Ronan. You want to elaborate on that?
I mean, as far as women loving simps, absolutely they love simps. Are you kidding me? You're part of their Rolodex. You're that, that fifth person on the list or that 10th person, depending how deep of a team she keeps. You
The
get what I'm saying?
walking ATM machine.
If they need somebody to fix their car, they got a simp that's going to come fix their car for free. If they need somebody to take them out to dinner, which one are you on? Are you on that dinner list? Or are you on that list that you're to fix the car or do things around the house, the plumber? What are you? What it makes them do is it makes it easier for them to exist without a real man
Mm.
because they can pick and choose what flavor they want that day. And even if she gets a real man, guess what? You simps are still going to be holding on to that list, waiting for that weakness opportunity for you to jump back in.
Yeah, yeah,
So they
yeah.
don't
Yes,
never
sir.
go away. So even if they get a man, they don't ever go away unless the man looks at her and like, look, whoever you got on that list, I'm all of those.
I
Mm.
have
And
so I have
either respects him to get rid of that list, or if he continues to play the game. Women are always looking for the parachute out. They're looking for that other shoe to drop so they can turn around and leave. Nobody's fighting to stay in relationships, especially on the woman's side. And that's
I'll,
where
I'll,
simps make it easy.
Mm.
I'll also say if you're a simp back home, you'll be a simp overseas if you don't work on yourself.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Real quick. Jody say, I love me a simp. Yes, I do. I don't give a f. Yeah, we know you do, baby. I mean, why
100.
would
She
you?
ain't lying. She ain't lying because they all of what I just said they are.
You,
I
yeah,
tell people to
for
do
sure, for
whatever
sure.
makes them happy in life, as long as it ain't hurting nobody else.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is my synopsis on that. Is it's the difference between a woman loving you and a woman loving what you could do for her. You see what I'm
Fact.
saying? That there's the two fundamental difference because if she loves you, she's gonna love you with or without. But if she just love you for what you could do for her, uh,
Mm-hmm.
this is Ronnie. Ronnie, you trying to come
Well,
in on another what? Oh no, my bad. I looked at that wrong again. I believe.
That ain't me.
Okay,
I
that got to be
say
right.
I say this all the time. Women and children are loved unconditionally. Men only love for what they can provide. A man has to choose wisely in what he invests in.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Hold on. Right now, I just tried to pull you up, but it dropped back down. If you come back up again, I'll try to just pull it up on my phone. I'm not good at navigating from my phone, but like once again, like I say, it's a fundamental difference between a woman loving you than loving what you could do for her. Because if that's the case, why these women why they're not marrying the big spender at the strip club? Because she don't respect him. You know what I mean? Why she'll go shake her hindquarters, show all that her mama gave her, and come home and kick it with a dude that's been kicking it on the couch the whole time she been there. You feel me? So I think it's the difference between like say them loving a simp or loving what a simp could do to them. And I would like to double down on that. Shout out to True Prodigy for that question. But I would like to double down on that. I think Simps is what didn't change the game now. The Simps is the reason why women on here talking about who buying me lunch today. I think that's a big thing that got to do with Sims. Like you got niggas out. Excuse my language. I just get a little. It touched my heart a little bit, guys. But you got guys out here that never seen the chick, never smelled her odor, never even been in the same room as her, sending her money for lunch. They
I
just
can
know her screen name.
I can say in my marriage, I very seldom have to buy lunch. My wife cooks it for me.
Yes, that's because y'all in close proximity. We talking about a person that they may not even be in the same state as this woman. And she wouldn't touch this person with a 10-foot pole in real life. But how's your day going, beautiful? You know what I mean? Real quick, let me read this by Rick. He say, I'm not a simp, but I definitely trick. Well, you gotta elaborate on tricking. You know what I mean? But you gotta elaborate on tricking because I don't isn't okay, I'll tell y'all this, and I've said that before. Let me see if I can do that. I said that before. It was one dude. He was a millionaire, but when he died poor. And they asked him, "What did he do with his money?" He said, "I spent half on women, drugs, liquor, and cars." And they was like, "What about the other half?" He said, "I wasted it." So if that's what you want to do with your money, it's your money, and enjoy it any way you see fit, as long as you're not hurting anyone. That's okay. Hold on, let me catch up on some of these. What's the name? He said I'm not a trick. Shout out to Ronan. Yes, hit the like button. If y'all coming in from Ronan's channel, man, shout out, shout out, shout out. Welcome to Charlie Chan TV, where we cover controversial topics, and sometimes we may argue, we may fuss, but we always do it in a civil manner, with respect. And what's up, Misha?
Yeah, what's good, Misha?
What's going on? I had to fix this up for him real quick.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
She's tech support.
Shout out to tech support because we damn sure need that because I promise. Ronan, hey, listen, that background that y'all see right now, Ronan put me on it.
Damn,
You know what I mean?
they going in on you on the chat.
On me?
Yeah, she said everything going on in the world, and this is what you all have to talk about. Sheesh.
Oh well,
Who's
you know
she?
she
What
came.
room
Yeah,
she
for sure,
in?
for
Wait a
sure.
minute. Wait. Where's this at?
She's
Uh,
from your channel,
on my
Ronan.
channel.
Oh,
That fly girl one. Okay.
Well,
okay.
shout out
I
to you,
say
love. I appreciate you. I appreciate
Hit
you
that
pulling
like
up.
button. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah,
And
please
by the
do.
way,
I
I
can
It,
can drop the link if you like. We do have an open panel. I can't put
absolutely,
the link in
absolutely.
here. You're more than welcome. This is a safe space to come up and plead your case on why you feel that way.
Hmm. I agree with
yeah
that. I second that 100%. And in the spirit of a black church, you know, when you go to black church and they have
Amen.
the visitors portion, but they be like, "You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome." You know what I mean? You welcome to pull up over here. We nobody on this panel runs or hides. But yeah, for sure, for sure. And she said,
we can
"This all you got to talk about." No, we
we
got.
can
I
talk
actually
about the
have a whole
world
plethora of
problems.
things. But go ahead. My apologies.
We can talk about the world problems, but in reality, what can an individual person actually do about it? It
Mm,
takes multiple people to make changes that are for the better. Just not one, not just a few people. And sadly, the majority of the people either don't care or they're profiting from the misery in the world. And that's the sad truth.
yeah. Well, Fly Girl, this is what I would counter that with. It's so much other stuff. We could be on here bitching and moaning about society that we're not doing anything about. Would that tickle your fancy more? Or we could be on here talking about how women ain't shit. Would that tickle your fancy more? or we could get on here and talk about carburetors. Would you appreciate that? Do you know what type of carburetor? What's your favorite carburetor? Transmissions?
It don't matter to her because she got a simp that's going to come in and change it.
Right. That's a fact.
I'm
That
just
was a
saying.
nice segue.
Well, this based on a comment, yeah, I say there's a lot of problems in the world. I'm the type of person to try to focus on positivity that's going to add value to my life. I don't try not to focus on negativity. That's one reason I'm overseas. Because I walk a path outside the world's problems, most of them. The majority of the problems that are going on don't really affect me here.
Right. Believe me, I got plenty of other topics. If you want to go look through my content, I've talked about everything from the war to whatever. So definitely subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Charlie Chan's channel, and go through our content. You'll find something you like. Believe me.
That's a fact. I don't know what you. Hey, Ronnie, quick question, because when I be catching you, you guys, you have some great topics going on, but that's the second woman that came from your channel, and really just.
Hey, I don't know that I have that indirect fan club, but I didn't know I had that many women came through my room. You know,
shout out to you for that.
Most of my subscribers are between 35 and 50 something plus men. I might have maybe 20% women that might flow through my channel. Definitely not that high of subscribers. So if you're interested in what we talk about, please.
I'm the type of person that don't like talking about things that just circles the drain. You know, people just talking and nothing ever changes. I'm the type of person that likes to talk about things that can possibly lead to a solution to a problem that an individual person is facing. Like I said, most of us can't fix the world. All we can do is fix ourselves.
Yeah, we got to be the change we want to see. Real quick. Right here, would you like to elaborate on the topic? Or I guess True Prodigy had asked, what is your thoughts? Do you think women really love simps?
What's a simp?
I think that's a good question. A simp in my book is a person that only is liked for what he has to offer. Is a person that give more than he gets in return, and a person that begs for approval and acceptance as far as a man and a woman go. Is a person that say will take his last to spend it on a female to make her happy.
I mean, that's a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I think no.
I just got on the road with her. I was
No,
like, damn,
hold
what
on.
is this?
No, because I must be a simp because I find myself in one of them.
But it's different if you're married, Rainier.
For sure.
We talking about single men. We talking about single men. Yeah, we go all out for our women. We go all out for our women.
Yeah, but she wasn't my wife at the time. I probably was doing the same thing.
I would say my definition of
overall, though, so you did it better.
I would say my definition of a simp is a man that goes out of his way for other people at his own expense of his happiness. You know,
of his happiness is important. I like that.
He's pleasing others when he's unhappy, and he's doing it for attention. He's doing it for brownie points. He's doing it for awards and stuff like that. But deep down in his heart, he's unhappy. Perfect example I can give of that is my older sister. My brother-in-law. He's the pure definition of a simp. She wears the pants in that family, and if he gets out of line, she'll actually beat on him, and he still stays in that relationship.
There's a difference between a simp and masculinity.
He has neither.
That's why it's hard for me to answer it because it's everywhere. See, what my definition of simp from where I'm at, it was like a trick.
That's close.
All right, so, but I ain't gonna front, man. I ain't gonna front.
You did it all. I mean, we all started in our simping days. Believe
I
me.
ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, bro, this is a front-free zone,
Come on,
bro.
We all graduated from being that simp guy to understanding how they leverage that against you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. It's just that I just think that being realistically talking, I think that you can get caught between a simp and a person that just want to get things done without taking the test.
You got to elaborate on that. Wait. Nah, right there. You got to elaborate
I would agree.
that. Get the job done. What you mean by that?
Like, all right, say for instance, I'm building with somebody, or I'm going somewhere, and my whiz is like, "Yo, show a good time. Make sure she's good. I'm gonna make sure she's good. I'm doing this. I'm doing that because I'm not trying to go through the long term situation. I'm just trying to build with you, and then that's how I can tell if I want to deal with you any longer than.
But Rainier, let me ask you a question. When you're saying you're doing these things, have you already previously vetted this woman as this is the one you want to be with?
No.
You kind of know she's in that genre, or are you just doing this for every woman you meet?
Not everyone I meet. If I dig you and I like you and I think you're cool, I'm not paying your bills. I'm not doing all that. I'm just trying to say, if I want to do something, somebody said, well, I want to split that bread doing that, whatever. Nah, I'm doing it for myself to have a good time and to show her that you don't got to play with me and keep me going through tests. This is who I am. I'm a good dude. I make it pop. What we doing?
No, I understand that. If you're doing it anyway and you want to bring her along, I'll consider that simping.
Yeah, so I'm not. I do think women like simps because that's how it's moving right now.
I took sand to the beach, so I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but here's the thing, right there. The words, especially when I use them, that's why say a lot of people think I be trying to be combative. I just take words seriously. That's why I use the term love simps opposed to like them. I like going to the club and having a drink and kicking it with my people, but I don't love it because it's not sustainable. So I feel like they like them, but do they love them? Nah, I doubt it.
I mean, I think they can't fall in love with them.
There we go. There we go, for sure.
Because I know some women that date men that they did not like, but they was security. And now they love them.
Let's go into that because a lot of cultures have arranged marriages, and it's not based off of what love. It's based off an arrangement between the two families. The girl's the family, and then the woman winds up falling, and the man falls in love or in serious like with that person, without it actually starting off that way.
Because somebody got attracted not the looks, the personality of the person.
Yeah,
it overdid everything.
Statistically, I'm gonna say this, and then I want to end the real quick. Shout out Prodigy. How you feeling, good brother?
What's good, nephew?
Good, man.
What's good?
What's up, man? What's good? So I asked the question, so I think it'll be I think it'll be better if I just chime in on the question that I posed. But I just want to, it's like I see the OGs chopping it up. I just want to hang out with y'all, for a quick little minute, just to chime in on the topic or whatever, But yeah, like it's yeah. But as far as the question, I think right now you posed another question, right? Like, what is a simp?
Yeah, because he said he gave so many pieces of it that made the definition of it that I felt like one of them got to be me. I got to finish some of that.
Well, real quick, let me chime in on that. Let me chime in on that because that makes sense. Like, say, yeah, everybody done that, but it's a situation too. For one, you ain't done that for every female that you done met. For two, you ain't done that for a female that you done met more than likely off the rip. you helping them, goddamn it, get their alternators and fixing and shit like that. You just met them the night before. That's really unlikely
Oh yeah,
unless you
that's
think like
different.
that.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. That's why I said
You
I
see
need
what
to
I'm
know.
saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hey,
But
I know some brothers
my
that'll
bad,
get in
True
there.
Prodigy.
I'm
Go
telling
ahead.
you. But go ahead, true. Go ahead. But I met some dudes that fell into some chicks like that, trying to offer
Yo,
to help
listen,
them.
hold on, Ron. You right. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Captain
I fixed the. I think I bought a girl alternator. Fixed the alternator before.
On the first night?
My wife
You,
would say,
hey, Rainier is that classical. I got my cape on and I'm looking for every opportunity to utilize it.
like E40.
Shout out to E. Fonzarelli.
You know what I mean?
I will say the majority of men that go overseas, they wind up making the same mistakes that they did back home, and then they wonder why nothing changes, why they're still miserable in life.
Yeah.
True. Go ahead and volley your answer to your own question.
I guess I got you, man. So, in my opinion, I think women do love simps 100% because simps are selfless, and people, not even just men and women, like not even just women, but people respect and love selfless people. You know, like going if you want to go back to religion, but that's pretty much the situation. I do genuinely think women love simps because simps are willing to go above and beyond for them, even like and expect nothing in exchange, pretty much. Now that's another question. Like, do women respect simps? I would say no. I would say no.
I would say no.
I would say no because why would you respect someone that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I like me like if I was a woman, I wouldn't respect the dude that go above and beyond for me, and it's like emasculating pretty much. You know, like I'm telling you, I don't really like you. It's like a pay pig, right? Like Ron, I remember a long time ago we talked about this. A simp is pretty much like a pay pig. You guys like, what the hell is a pay pig? It's a dude that is submissive to a woman, a dude that would literally drain his whole bank account on a woman and still worship her after and like kiss her feet after she pretty much then drained this dude's bank account. Like that is a simp pretty much. You know, I don't think most women will respect that. I'm just being real. So yeah.
If that's the simp, I don't think nobody on here like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much a simp. A guy to go above and beyond for women that don't like him in my own subjective definition. So,
and it's crazy because where I'm from, a simp is like a person that paid female rent. You doing this? She's going out. You cool with it, but you call her your shorty, but she's doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Like,
yeah,
that's
for
what we
sure.
call it.
Listen, and I'm going to expand on what Two Tone said as well. He said simps are not selfless; they're suckers. Yeah, that's a fact. And if you look throughout, with just elaborating on what you just said, Prodigy. If you look throughout history, there's no evidence of that, sir. Where the people love people that are selfless. No, that's not. For one, that's not selfless, and for two, the if the simp is doing it in hopes that he's going to get a place with a chick, that's not the definition of selfless. You know what I mean? But in the Bible, in history, and in things of where we looking into the past, it's not the simps, it's not the people that are selfless that's get remembered for real. It's the people, the warriors that went out there and took what they want, the people that went out there and fought for their freedom, the people that went out there and fought for their love. So I think those that could be skewed a little bit, but simps are not selfless. So shout out to Two Tone for that because I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I think another way to look at
I ain't gonna argue with you. That's what you think.
I say
No,
another way to look at
our objective here is not to argue. It's just common dialogue. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I would say another way to look at simps is they overly kind without having any boundaries. So the woman in the relationship will walk all over them, but they don't have no boundaries.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to make a comment back to my one of the people in my chat that said grade. He said women don't, but females do. You're gonna have to explain or elaborate on what the difference is there, brother.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
sister.
yeah. Because here's the thing. Here's the
Which
thing. Who
one?
said that? I didn't even see it. I'll just be trying to give
Great.
it they shine. Women don't, females do. Oh, grade A. Yeah, grade A. If both of those things are not checked, I'm not concerned no way.
Yeah, you need
You
to
gotta
tell
be a
me what you're
woman
talking
and
about
a
here.
female to fuck with me. I'm sorry. I just listen, I'm not I know sometimes we can want the bare basics, but that's at least a minimum standard. You gotta check those two boxes. So if you can elaborate on that, that would be
Well, I
nice.
married a woman where I didn't have to tell her how to be a wife. She does it automatically. You know, I said
Yeah, but you
before,
said woman and woman. He's saying a woman is not necessarily a female. And I said, yo, wait a minute now. What you mean by that?
female to me is XX chromosome.
Yeah, and if you of age, you're supposed to be a woman, so there's that. But here's the thing: over here at Charlie Chan TV, we do not judge. Everybody come as you are. Just, just know the room. You know what I mean? But shout out to you. I don't think you meant it like that, but just in case you did,
But I mean,
nah,
if you say woman and females, let's say this: all men aren't grown men; they're still little boys inside of grown bodies. So if we're referring to it like that, where she's a female but she still acts like a child, I agree with you. It's a lot of grown ass men do the same thing.
I call them adult children.
Yo, I got one more question for you guys. I got one more. I got you. So what percentage of the, I'm not gonna say world population because that's too broad. What percentage of the American population do you think is like simps? I know this isn't like there's not necessarily a right answer for this because
no,
this
that's a
probably ain't
damn
no
good
study
question.
done on
Though.
this, but just
You
you
want
give
a real
I
answer?
already know there's no right answer because you can't really
I'm gonna say 75 to 80%.
it's just your own like subjective worldview or whatever.
We
No, that's a
already know
damn good question though. That's a damn good
we
question.
already know 20% of men are the ones that are actually active in the dating scene and everything else. 80% of men ain't getting shit. So you want to say 70-75% of them are holding on for that particular woman they want and they simping while they're doing it?
Damn.
I don't know the exact percentage in America, but I'll probably say it's the majority of men are simping now.
Yeah, I would agree with X-Pac. Well, Rainier, you want to chime in on that? Because I chime in last. Like, far as America go, what do you think the ratio from Simps to non-Simps in America? Did I phrase that question right, True Prodigy?
Yeah.
Okay.
With
I
the
didn't want to
ratio.
misquote you.
I don't know because I don't know those. I mean, I don't know people like that, so I don't know. So how y'all saying it?
This the realest nigga ever.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing, man.
What is a simp?
Oh.
Who said that?
Because everybody, Misha, because everybody got different definitions of a simp. So somebody might call somebody a simp, but he being a gentleman. Like, so what's a simp? Because everything that y'all naming, like that's a simp. Because I thought a simp was a guy that's getting taken advantage of by a woman. He paying for everything. She really not doing nothing with him, but she using him for his money. Right. And he going along with all the lies that she's telling him. Right. And he believes that she really don't got a man, but she really do. Like, you know, right. But doing nice things for women, if I'm taking her out on a date and we rocking with each other, that's a simp too?
Yeah.
No.
You were right all the way up until that last phrase. You were right all the way up. No. You were right all the way up until that last end of the way you were saying it. Everything else you were knocking off, you're 100% right. That's a simp. Oh, okay. Now that last sentence makes it a little bit different.
So we simps.
I say a simp.
And then like say it's different levels of it.
There's different levels.
Of it. But if you let a woman put if we go out to eat, you got to spend $1,000 and the dude agree to that, he's more than likely a simp.
Well,
highlight the statement that Uncle Gun said while he's talking, but Uncle Gun actually wrote in 2017 a lot of different things. He comes from the Red Pill community, my mod. So if you highlight what he said in that statement above, where it says women entertain.
Hold on, I'm looking for it. Hold on.
Just above grade.
I say simps allow themselves to be mistreated by women.
Just above that, up, Uncle Gun.
And being kind is not being a simp, but you have to set boundaries and limitations to that. You know, you can't go around pleasing other people, going at your way to please them at your own expense of your happiness.
No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. But like I said, once again, did you want to chime in on that? What you say Uncle Gun said?
Women entertain orbiters and simps because low quality women use weak males to recharge their emotional batteries. Quality women search for men who will lead them by telling them no. In other words, a lot of simps are yes men.
Right.
Okay. And where women look for that alpha male, that dude, and that's why they go with a lot of the pookies, is they don't give a fuck and they're gonna tell that woman the truth and put her in her place. A lot of simps will cater to that woman and show them the exceptional gentleman side, and women will naturally take advantage of that even if they're not attracted to them. Because they're orbiting.
There's a difference between a good man and the nice guy.
Right. You got to know how to say no, even as a simp.
I definitely I like that.
And even
I have another question for you guys.
Rainier would tell you no in a heartbeat, even though he's a gentleman. He offers to do some things. I think Rainier, even at some points, you would say, "Hell no, I ain't doing that shit." I know what you're doing.
No, that's what I said. Ain't nobody I know on that type of time. It's a fact. I'm just trying to say, if you,
we're about the same age. So I was raised to be a gentleman. I was raised always open doors and all that stuff. I mean, that's the way my mom raised me, and that's the way I even do things today. But at the same time, there's a limit to being nice. There's a limit to being that gentleman when you see them coming back and back and back and back again. There's no reciprocity. There's no reciprocation. There's no reciprocity. Then that's the problem. Now you know you're being taken advantage of. And at that point, you need to have the discernment to say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Because at this point, now you're using me because you know I'm going to do it. Not because you like me.
All right, so if you say it like that, like I probably know like one type of it's like a situation like that, but he's in some type of law enforcement. He's very, very mellow. Women, I think, tend to OD on him sometimes. But the thing is, sometimes they go through some things from back when. It could be with the mom. It could be something. A lot of people be going through something and they feel some kind of way with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to always like make somebody feel like they doing the right thing, even though they're not. If that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it absolutely does. That's where the guy puts on the cape and he does overly nice and he's the orbiter and he's trying to show, I'm going to come and save you, when she's really taking advantage of you and 5 other dudes like you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. This is an example. If a dude feel like he's like in a relationship with a female or he's on good standing ground with a female, but he is saved in her phone as food, he's more than likely being treated like a simp.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know them people though.
You know what I mean?
So when you ask me about the ratio, the number, I don't know what kind of number. What kind of numbers y'all said? 80% of the world?
It's 80-20, yeah. The 80-20 rule applies for most things in life.
I would say more.
20% of the, go ahead. True.
I would say more than not. No, I was gonna say I would say there's more simps than alphas. I would say definitely because alphas is like top of the food chain and everybody is pretty much below them. So I would say it's it's like more simps than not, pretty much. But I do have one question that I want to pose if Charlie would let me. I don't know if everybody didn't took turns at answering my previous question.
Which is the ratio.
Okay, I got you. So
we're waiting for the question.
I got you. So the question is, do you think society would be better with or without simps?
Oh Lord.
I know y'all like with these questions, a motherfucker.
I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question.
It definitely is.
I'm
trying because here's the thing.
Without simps.
Here's the thing. Somebody got to put gas in that big car. Somebody got to put gas in her car. Like, I think here's the thing. Let's do this. If there was no simps, there would be no HOEs.
Exactly.
They come hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like,
Rainier actually put his hand right on the button. It depends on what society.
That's what I'm saying. They be thinking
right.
You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean?
I got you. I'm there with you. Yeah, it depends on what society, because a lot of societies are not simps. Women have a place, they know the rules, and they play within those rules. We have catered towards women in our society to where the woman has to be catered to. If your wife ain't happy, your home ain't happy, all these other things where you're kowtowing.
Happy life.
Right. All these things are based off of American and Westernized mentality. A lot of cultures do not believe that.
What I normally say, I say happy couple, happy life.
A relationship is 100-100. Fuck all the bullshit. Anything more than that, then you're giving too much and she's not giving enough, or vice versa. She's giving too much and you're not giving enough. Somebody's being lazy.
I say most of the time it is 100%, but everybody has the ups and downs where they're going.
And that's where the other person gives in. That's why I say 100-100.
Yeah.
Sometimes 100 goes to 20 while the other one goes to 80. So you got to be wanting to go up even above that.
Yeah. A relationship is about a couple coming together, facing the storms together, not just all about the good times.
Not one coming into the relationship looking for an umbrella to jump out with eventually when she's not happy.
And I have a quote about an umbrella. A man is like an umbrella. If a woman wants to be protected from the storm, she must hold him up.
They gonna clip you up for that one.
You know what?
They gonna clip you up for that one, X-Pac.
I say knuckle up, buttercups.
I didn't say it again. I didn't hear him.
I said a man is like an umbrella. A woman must hold him up to be protected from the storms.
I keep my comments to myself.
A woman was hold her.
Go ahead. We need a female point of view. Don't do that, Misha.
No,
come on now.
We better hold that umbrella. Hold that umbrella up so I won't get wet. That's it.
I think that's what he was saying, though.
Just from rain. What about the storms, the lightning?
That umbrella ain't gonna hold. That umbrella gonna fly in that wind.
Yeah, it ain't strong enough.
So you saying that relationship isn't about supporting your man, and the man doing the same for his wife?
I don't think she's saying that.
Shout out to Will in the chat showing love.
Supporting the man and the man supporting his wife.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's basically what I was getting at.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Real quick, let me just to respond to Two-Tone. Yeah, I think I was saying that earlier. Saying a trigger ain't a simp. Trick pays chicks to leave, not to stay. No, that's a fact. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
There's no I in a relationship. It becomes we. It becomes a couple. You both have to work together. If your partner is not bringing you peace in life, then chances are you most likely need to find somebody else. Well, whether you're a man or a woman, most of the things I say can apply to both men and women.
Yeah, I agree, but I think there's different roles, and that's why when one feel like oh, I could do anything that the other one could do, as far as a man or a woman, that mean that like that's like saying a lineman say I could do anything the quarterback could do. No, we all got roles in relationships.
Gender
Yo,
roles.
you're gonna have to hit Uncle Guns. Hit Uncle Guns' next statement.
Hold on,
Just
Shout out
he-
to
he-
Uncle
hold on.
Guns. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Uncle Guns been around the community for a long time, bro.
2 years here. We gave and take 100 each. Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Thank you for joining the room, by the way. I appreciate that. If you could hit the like button and join both channels, I appreciate it.
Okay.
But she's been married for 32 years. I think that's from a female point of view, too. Women are chaos. Nice guys offer false peace via acquiescence. Peace can't be brought or given. Quality men offer peace via sweat because masculinity is organized to her chaos. That's deep.
No, I like that.
That's deep, but that's true.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Is it like this? Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. But no, for sure. I think and that's what a simp is in a lot of cases. Like he has no roadblocks. He have no in a lot of cases no control. You know what I mean? Like say, and I don't want. I have people in my life too, because a lot of people know I get great deals on hotel rooms and stuff like that. And somebody asked me could they use my status to get a room, and the person I trust them as a person, but the person that I know he is with his girl, I don't trust. Like because if y'all go in this room and she fuck up some shit, me and you gonna fall out, and it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Because I done seen her tear up shit in y'all house before. You feel me?
Damn.
So yeah, no, it's oh, okay. I know somebody else, and this was just not too long. So okay, let me ask y'all this: I'm the only one that have encountered or seen or been around relationships to when one party get mad, they just start breaking shit, whether it's a man or a woman.
Hell no, you ain't especially gonna be in my house doing some shit like that. But yeah, I have seen
I
females,
often say you ain't never seen
especially
that.
from the
Maybe I'm
hood.
thinking on Pluto.
And I tell any brother, if you know that chick is gonna break your shit up, don't have her in your house. You dumb as fuck if you know she gonna break shit because she know it ain't her shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I said let's
I'm
go to the
married.
apartment and argue, bitch. But go ahead.
I'm married now, but somebody starts breaking stuff, tossing around, trashing the house, stuff like that. Bye bye.
I'm telling you.
My ex,
I don't tolerate
my
bad
ex used to do
behavior.
that. She used to break shit. Yep.
Did she wait to get to your house to break shit, or did she break shit on her own?
don't tolerate.
True. Where did she break stuff in her own house? She certainly ain't coming to mine.
To me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Did she wait to break shit in your house, or did she break shit in her own?
Well, it wasn't my house or her house. It was my brother. I live with my brother-in-law, and me and my brother-in-law was staying together, and we moved her in. That was the situation. But she was breaking my stuff pretty much. That was the worst situation I ever been in. Not the worst, but that was very bad situation I've been in. It was very bad. That's a whole 2-hour story on there. That was horrible.
Man, you gotta ignore a lot of red flags.
I never do that again.
Hey, Ron, he got trauma with him. You hear that? You hear how he's talking about that?
Yeah. What red flags did you ignore, nephew, to allow this woman to move in your house? I know she had red flags, and you still moved her in because what? The box was good. Or
Man,
what?
I'm gonna tell you.
Say it.
Because she was fine.
Yeah,
she was fine. Look,
shout out to you.
The reason why I want her to move in because she was fine and the box was good, right? That was it. She was fine and the box was good, right? But she was bitchy and rude and all that shit. She was rude, bitchy, all that shit.
Why did I know that?
I mean, that's just the truth. Way back in the day, I was like, okay, she my type. I don't care how rude, argumentative, bitchy she is. As long as she letting me smash, I don't care. pretty much. And I paid the consequences for that, and I learned from that pretty much. But I mean, that's the reality of the situation.
Now roll that back. What was your self-esteem like at that point to allow somebody like that in your space? You felt like you probably couldn't get nobody better than her. So you held on to that with both hands, gripping that shit tight as hell, instead of letting her go, knowing that you can get somebody else.
Well, I mean, we all live and learn, though.
She was crazy.
Similar situation.
Yeah, well, hold on, wait. So she was crazy, right? She was crazy, but she was very supportive. And that was why I held on to her. But the craziness outweighed the supportiveness pretty much. Like if I needed 5 racks, she would go above and beyond to give me that money, but she'll probably rip the money in my face if I pissed her off, pretty much. So I would probably say I didn't have, I had like not, I don't even want to say healthy level of self-esteem, but it was good enough to where, you know, I wouldn't allow myself to get treated too bad to where I wouldn't allow her to smack me in the face and all this stuff, you know, but at the same time, it was bad enough to where I had to leave. You know, like, you know what, I can't be in this situation. Let me go and dip out before I do something I might regret, right? And you know, and my, you know what, I just leave it. I just leave it there because I don't want to go in a super long spiel about, you know, my past relationships, right? Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you got up out of that, brother, because I can see that affected you, my good guy. Like,
yeah.
But we all go through it though. Don't think that you was alone, man. I got it.
I mean, here
probably got them.
Yeah,
have a cigar and drink some cognac and go story for story, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if
listen,
you done dealt with women.
Yo, listen, everybody been through it. They might not want to talk about it like you,
right?
Yeah, but everybody been through it, my boy.
Yeah, I fucked a lot of shit up. So.
Oh, you were a breaker, Misha? You were one of those girls?
I wasn't expecting that.
I broke a lot of shit.
Dang. Did you break any of your shit? Or you purposely broke his shit?
No, I broke the stuff in the house that we used together.
No, okay. So you are equal opportunity breaker.
Hey, yo,
equal opportunity breaker.
We was 50-50 on the demolition, yeah? But she ain't like that now.
50-50 on the demolition. That's funny.
Yo, but she ain't like that now. We locked in. But see, the thing is,
but y'all were working through it.
Yeah, but the thing is this, right? Where we from, the type of demographic and everywhere we from, you rock with the people that rock with you because you got people that rock with you that will stab you in the back. You might as well rock with people that rock with you, that generally rock with you, that might think a little bit different than you. Y'all have a little situations, but at the same time, while y'all building with each other in a way that somebody might feel that you're being aggressive or something, you teaching each other how each one thinks.
Exactly.
So you're
being honest about it. I think you guys are being more honest about it at that point.
Well, but here's the thing, though. No, and I agree with that because to grow together, you got to go through shit together. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like you got to break my windows to get for me to know that was too far.
No, she don't do that. Listen, hold on.
Let me
hold on.
Wait,
hey, let her defend yourself. Let her defend
Let
herself.
me just say what I fucked up.
No, I'll let you speak first. They gonna call me a simp, though.
No,
I would say things are too expensive to break these days.
No, like I didn't break my shit or his shit. I broke our shit, like where I'll make shit uncomfortable. Like I'll fuck the kitchen up so he'll have like it'll be uncomfortable for him to walk in there. Like I'll do shit like that.
Mm.
Yeah,
you know, like glass on the floor everywhere.
Pots and pans all in the middle of the floor.
If you want.
But don't that affect you as well?
No.
Listen, it did, but she was so mad that she didn't give a fuck.
No, yeah, it affected me after because he ain't cleaned it up. I cleaned it up. So
Misha did some DI shit, like toss the whole fucking barracks and shit.
Yeah,
come through the room and just.
And then I watch it clean up. Nah, but listen, but that's my dog too, though, because listen, that's nothing. You know what I mean? It was a time when I had a situation. It was like you know how you got the 1%ers, the motorcycle people.
Yeah.
Something went down. They was bullying somebody. They bumped into me. I was like, yo, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, say, at least say, excuse me. Come to find out, they all jumped up. They ain't had their jackets on. So they was part of a biker jump, right? She knew them. She stood in front of me while they all backed down on me. You understand?
Yeah.
Because I stood up to one of their so-called presidents or whatever. So when they backed down, she stood in front of them and said, no. So what I'm trying to say is, how can you, when you're from a certain kind of area and somebody does that for you, that shows you a kind of bondage that no price is above that.
Nah, that's what's up, though.
You know what I'm saying? When you jump in front of someone that can take me down and lay me down forever.
Yeah. I mean, most guys don't anticipate a woman wanting to jump in front of a bullet. They anticipate us wanting to jump in front of them. So
now, if I'm being transparent, the same people that I'm talking about, his other chick, to where, like, say, when we was younger and shit, like, say, he ran into the other side and he was severely outnumbered. He was with her, so they got at him, and you know what I mean. Worst happened, she jumped on top of him and shielded him with her body. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, she a real one, but she was also wasn't the ones that she'll give him hell. Like, if she caught him cheating and I was there, or he got caught in a lie about cheating, oh, she finna fire on him in front of me and everything.
Yeah, but see, look, you see what you just said?
Yeah.
See what you just said? You said the worst thing about any relationship is always about what with a man? What? What is it?
Cheating.
I don't got that problem. I don't gotta do that. You understand?
If you communicate, it's not cheating if it's something agreed upon.
Yeah, but a lot of people ain't agreeing upon it. So a lot of the individuals go out and they get wavy. They go to Vegas for a work trip, whatever. They get on that little black book that's in that middle drawer. I seen it because I be looking around to make sure everything is good in the room. But you see it right there, right? So the thing is, when you doing that type of stuff, you can go for anything.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all both agree with cheating, that's between y'all. You do what makes you happy.
Well, at that point, you can't say cheating.
That's not cheating.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that at that point it's not.
But
cheating.
Use that word. That's a kind of like
that you're doing something wrong.
Right.
If somebody,
I consider cheating.
If somebody cheated on me, or a person, like my wife made me feel like I had feel the need of cheating, that's a clear sign for me to end the relationship.
Why not a clear sign for you guys to have a conversation to figure out why is she making you feel that way? Or let her know.
That's simp talk. I got to call it.
Because we would have had those conversations before I reached that feeling.
That's what. Yeah, that's my point there.
But the whole point is, there's when you're in a relationship, there's you have to be able to communicate. Can't nobody read fucking mind.
No.
Okay. So when you're in a relationship, y'all got to learn how to have a conversation between each other.
A successful relationship relies on communication.
After she cheat, y'all need to have a conversation.
No, he didn't say that. He said if it made him feel like cheating, it's time for him to go. And I said, wait a minute. If what she's doing is making you feel like cheating, why wouldn't you say something first to say, why are you doing this? Because it's making me feel like you don't care, and I can go ahead and step outside.
Yeah, I recant.
And I reply, I will have those conversations before I reach that point. You know, me and my wife, we talk about everything. We spend all the time together.
Right.
She can look on
but
my
again,
phone.
there's
I can look on
communication. There's constant communication, and then some people, once they get married, they shut down. You always have to check back in with your partner, because as you go through life, you have life changes. You have life experiences. Some things you might have thought you never would do, you would do now because you've grown. So if you're not checking back in with your partner on a regular basis, y'all are going to grow apart, is why I say communication is key. You say you talk to your wife every day, and that's great. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. But you constantly have to go back and keep checking back in with that person, or that person's going to change without you.
Communication is key to a successful relationship.
Exactly.
I never said that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, quick question, Ronnie. From my browser on my computer, if I hit the little out the door button, that's not gonna end the screen, right?
Not unless you hit the end the screen button. Will it end the screen? You'll just leave and have to come back in.
Okay, no, I just want to come down. I want to take the one on my computer down, and I didn't want to end the screen.
Yeah, if you hit the outdoor button at the bottom, you're fine.
Okay.
Hold the door.
But yeah, no, I thought that's what you were saying though, Ronnie, because I thought you were saying like after she cheat on you, that's a perfect time to sit down and have a discussion about why she cheated.
No, this is before.
Oh, okay.
Now, if she's cheating on you, that's a clear, outright thumb in the face that it didn't matter what you were doing. She wasn't willing to talk to you. She just wanted to move on because she thought something was better outside the house.
There you go. Yeah, I agree.
Well,
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I said before, whether you're a man or a woman, I don't condone cheating, and that's just my personal belief. Everybody has their own way they live their lives.
Well, drop down one more. Charlie, because she made a statement and she's been married for 32 years. So we both cheated before we found our faith, and now stronger than ever. Communication is key. So somehow in the midst of the 32-year relationship and marriage, they cheated on each other, but they came together and said, tit for tat, we can either erase everything we've done up to this point and start over because we've been together, or we can go our separate ways because you can't deal with it. The whole thing is, a lot of people say mentally they forgive you, but they don't. And women bring it back up. Men might bring it back up like you cheated before. Well, then you really never forgave that person. Now you living in trauma. You waiting for the next fucking experience. But if y'all can come to some commonality where y'all both forgive each other and push forward and understand that you guys have to keep checking back in, that's the difference.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I was sitting here talking, not realizing that I was on mute. That should always happen to me. I'm trying to come in on my other computer.
Cheating can only exist in
committed.
Committed relationship.
Yeah,
commitment is merely a verbal agreement, and words mean nothing to a woman. Wow, Uncle Gun's coming strong with it. Really?
Shout out to Uncle Gun.
I say yes. Some women, other women, some women are committed. You know, but I think it's more now. The majority of women are doing. Well, I say both men and women are doing what feels good now. That steals tomorrow's progress. That's basically what's happening.
Well, I think. I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You got to kill one of your, because you got echo coming through.
I got you.
I got you.
Check. That's better.
I can't hear.
No, I don't know if he's still adjusting or not. Charlie, say something, man. He's just steady working. He ain't said a word.
Let's say go. Wait.
No, we can't hear you.
I know how it is when I first started doing
no, we can't hear you.
Man, man.
Can y'all hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you, man.
Come on, Misha. No. I know you got something. Come on. That man just made an no. Okay. Hey, hit the 32-year-old marriage. She just said something else about forgiveness.
That's different to me when a man can forgive a woman for cheating. That's different. Like to each his own. People go to counseling and they work through it, like she said, and stuff. But I don't know.
That's hard for you. Would that be harder for you?
Hell yeah, like cheating on my spot on my man. Yeah.
Well, me forgiving you?
Yeah, that would like literally make a lot of things different. Like I don't know.
Yeah, most men related to a man hunts. So when he cheats, it's not emotional.
Right.
When a woman cheats, she's more emotional about wanting to cheat because she's being disappointed emotionally by the man she's with. So she bonds with the next guy and already starts cheating before she leaves him.
Yeah. Cheating is cheating, no matter how you sugarcoat it.
What's cheating, X-Fat?
If you're in a relationship or a marriage and you're having a relationship with another man or a woman,
what if that's upon an open relationship?
That's an open relationship. Open relationship is what they call it. It's similar to swingers. I forgot the term that they actually use for that. But if they both agree upon it, then then neither one of them has anything to complain about. They agreed on it. They're both doing it. Like me, I'm be turning 54 next month. I never cheated in my life. Never had the need to. If I felt like I had to cheat,
I hear you, man.
If I felt like I had to cheat
100
after having talks before, then I'll move on. I end the relationship.
This is officially like our man don't cheat. He just confirmed it. So there you go.
Most men do.
I didn't heard a lot of women say, "Oh, man, cheat." Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe I don't know. Like, have I cheated?
You never cheated?
I think I cheated like once or twice, like when I was in my early 20s, pretty much. But here's the thing though. The chick I was in a relationship in that was crazy, never cheated on her. That's crazy. That's the main chick I should have cheated on, but that's neither here nor there. I ain't getting into that.
No, because you knew she wasn't playing no games. That's why.
No, here's the thing. The one
I probably would have worked.
That's what I was gonna say. With
if I would have cheated on her, it probably would have been.
If he's not cheating, he thought about it, and when you think about it, to me, that's still cheating. I'm sorry, like, yeah, no, it's
but
cheating.
My thing to you,
it's cheating in some sort of way.
About what?
True. Were the ones you cheated on the ones you thought you could replace easily, and this one that you felt like was a bomb ass 10, you didn't feel like you could replace her quickly, so you didn't want to cheat on her?
Come on, say that one more time. I didn't.
The ones that you cheated on the ones that you cheated on in the relationship, okay, whatever relationship it was, were these women the type of women you felt like you could replace easily, versus the one that you thought was bomb ass 10? There's no way you could replace her, even though she got a stink ass attitude. She was ugly on the inside.
I mean, I think that's like that has some truth to it, but I don't know. I think I just like some of the toxicity. I don't know. I was just weird. I couldn't even tell you. Like the women that I could replace easily, I just seen it as like boring, like whatever. But the chick that actually came at me with that type of energy, I guess I was too wrapped up in that chaos to actually. I don't know. Like I'm too wrapped up in her to actually think about cheating on another woman because I'm too busy dealing with her or whatever. I don't know. So I think that's pretty much my disposition on that, But you live and you learn, so that's definitely not my mindset now for sure.
Expat, you never looked at a woman and lusted over a woman before? Because that's called cheating.
not in a relationship. I've seen women that I thought were beautiful and stuff like that, but I mainly, I'm I'm the type I never really looked at porn or new magazines or anything like that. I'm the type of person I'm gonna go out there and find something that's real for me. And
Okay.
if it doesn't work out for me, or them, I end the relationship. But most relationships I ended before was ended on a positive note. Does lust assist? Lust assists in both men and women all over the world, including me. That's lust.
But
I
is it
think
lust when you're single versus lust when you're married? There's a difference.
Right.
lust is lust.
No, it is, but it's a difference when you're married and having a
Oh yeah,
lustful spirit versus being single.
you might. I say if you have that thought of another woman, if you're married and you have another thought of woman of lust, it might pop in your head. But it's
That's cheating.
when you focus on it, that's all you thinking about. That's what your mindset goes to. What I said, the emotions you feed determine your mindset. You know, yeah, I'm sure everybody's seen somebody another like seeing another woman. They say, "Oh man, I like to get with her," or a woman married see another man. They say, "Oh, I like to get with them." But as long as you don't focus on them, focus on those thoughts, and you do the right thing, and in your relationship, that's what matters. You don't cheat. You can't sit there and say like you
You
have
agree
people
with
have
that?
you have lust, you have greed, you have the seven deadly sins out there. It's what you focus on and how you do it. We all imperfect creatures here. We all have thoughts. Some thoughts pop in the head and you go, "Why in the heck I'm thinking that?" Everybody's done that. It's basically it's basically the emotion you feed determines your mindset. You try to focus on the positive while starving out the negative emotions, and that's all any of us can do. Now,
What
like
physically kept you from cheating?
myself,
Yourself?
when I
No,
was
I'm
single,
I'm saying like, were there any mental barriers that you formed that kept you from physically doing the act?
mm, probably because I believe in a creator. And when I say I believe in a creator, I don't say I necessarily believe in religion, but I do believe there is a creator. And I won't say everything in the Bible is truthful, but I try to live a good life. Um, what helped me decide when I was younger in 2001, I had a stroke at the age of 29. It taught me life is too short to waste on poor
Mm.
choices. So I've been building upon that. Well, I started before then, but I always try to build a life that I will be happy with, no regrets. And I can say I have that now. Is it going to be perfect? No, nothing in this world is going to be perfect. That's the law problem. A lot of people are seeking perfection in an imperfect world. You're not going to find it, but you do your best you can by making the best of each
That's
day
deep.
that you have. Make the best of each day that you have, because tomorrow's not never guaranteed. Like I say, I'm in a happy relationship with my wife now. Tomorrow, the next day, she could decide that she don't want to be married anymore. Is that my fault or possibly ignoring the red flag? It shouldn't be because we communicate with each other every day. But nothing is ever guaranteed. So what do? You make the best of each day.
Hey,
Mm.
can you go
I
back to
heard you,
what
man.
Ruth said in the back, Charlie? The statement she said that's when you have to crucify your flesh. I don't know if you can hear me, Charlie.
he's off and he's got his mic muted.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, that's where you have to crucify your flesh when in a relationship. Your covenant should override your lust, thoughts, and feelings. So are you in denial of your feelings because you're covenant, or you truly don't have a desire?
Well,
it's extremely hard to say. Like, I don't know no man that don't genuinely have that desire. They might not act on it, but I think the vast majority of men definitely have that desire, you know, especially in today's time. So yeah.
Right. And that goes along with what Gangster just said right after that. You're thinking that because men aren't meant to be with one woman. Technically, that's not why we have so many seeds that we have to give out versus a woman having one seed every month. That is not the way we're built. It's our society and the laws that dictate the rules. Other societies allow you to have more than one wife, as long as you can afford to pay for them, right?
Yeah, that's the American way.
Westernized way. It's
westernized way, but I know I'm Americans. That's the American way. It's that
right.
Pure down south. You're doing what you gotta do, buddy. USA.
Right.
Yeah.
So are we being told
I have
to
another question, right? This probably gonna be the last question.
Hold on, Drew. Hold on. So are we being taught to be or subdue our true nature in our society based on the laws versus what truly is in us being men?
Well,
I think that kind of goes back into like the Bible. You know, it say fight it like fight against the flesh. You know, I think it's a reference to that. But I mean, I'll let somebody else speak.
The whole thing is, even in the Bible, it condone having more than one wife before society says no, you can only have one.
I would.
Yeah.
I kind of phrased this on another live stream. I said the problem started when Adam and Eve thought they can do better than the Garden of Eden. If you believe in the Bible, that was the most perfect setting there was, and that wasn't good enough for them. And now what do? We spend a whole lifetime trying to seek perfection the best we can when we already had it before, according to the Bible, if you believe in religion.
Say that one more time about Adam and Eve.
I said, back then, in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve thought they could do better than the Garden of Eden. And they were cast out for that. Now everybody's paying for that mistake.
Why did they think they could do better than the Garden of Eden? Basically, that was Eve not believing her creator, the one that fashioned her out of a rib, and believing Satan on a lie. What that have to do with doing better than the Garden of Eden, though?
Because they was talking about
what's better than paradise.
Because it was offering knowledge, and basically the devil lied and deceit. The problem was Adam bit the apple because he wanted to follow after Eve.
So at that point, was Adam a simp?
Basically, yeah.
Basically, who was to teach him not to be a simp?
He chose the woman.
Not to be a simp. Hold up. Who was to teach him not to be a simp? Did God tell him how to rule over his woman as a husband? Was any of that talked about in Genesis? Or is it already predestined that God already created both of them because he knew they were going to fail the test?
Well, if you look in the Bible, God told Adam not to eat the forbidden fruit. He never did tell Eve not to eat.
But didn't Adam disseminate that information to Eve? He did.
I'm sure he did.
Okay, so she chose not to listen. So you don't think that was a setup from the beginning?
Well, if you want to,
God didn't have no complaints out of Adam. God didn't have no complaints out of Adam. He felt like Adam was what? A lonely, and he deserved a mate too because he saw everybody else having mates. The minute he did that, he knew he was already running into an issue. But he did it anyway.
But if you have read like the Ethiopian Bible, it speaks of Lilith, the woman before Eve, that Adam was with.
Right.
See, that's
And
why I say
that's
that's
why I
why
say Christianity is a force, because it
that's
was
why
in the beginning.
that's why I say I believe in earlier. I say I believe in the creator and not necessarily religion. Why? Because I've done a lot of research on it. I even
Right.
from Göbekli Tepe to current times. Göbekli Tepe is the oldest known civilization, roughly around 12,000 years old.
What's the name of
Yeah,
the civilization again?
Göbekli Tepe. It's hard for me to say and it's hard to spell, but it's roughly around 12,000 years old. I think it's found in Turkey, if I'm correct.
Around Turkey and India. I know exactly what you're talking about because they're the oldest period.
Yeah, but from that point on and all that, if you look like the Egyptian texts, Sumerian texts, and all that, a lot of the stories you find in the Bible, they have similar
variations.
They have similar variations of the same story. It's just of different characters, and they have how it played out, but it basically in the end results of it.
But I don't want to get too far into the religion side of it because I'm
trying to be choiceful for my words because I don't want to create a big debate on religion or anything like that. You know, everybody has the right to believe what they want to believe. You know, I'm not trying to tell people what to believe.
I got a question that can tie back to the topic.
Go ahead. Go ahead, True.
Yeah. So, do you guys think Simps get cheated on the most? That's probably the last question I'm gonna probably ask. Do you guys think Simps get cheated on the most? Just tying it back to cheating, the conversation about cheating and simping. So yeah.
No, I think everybody gets cheated on equally.
I don't.
Okay.
I'll be back around, but I think that this would be a good place for Misha to chime in from a woman's standpoint of view.
Misha's like, hell no.
She says she pleads the Fifth Amendment.
Well, what was the question?
Go ahead.
Do women cheat on Simps more than they cheat on anybody else?
The question was
equally cheat. But go ahead, True. You can phrase it.
Yeah. No. You said it. Do chimps get? I said chimps. Do Simps get cheated on more often than any other type of man, or I should say archetype of man? But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. In my opinion, I don't think it matters if you're a simp or not. I think that it's all the same. Like both. Did I say that right?
Pretty much everybody.
Everybody.
Pretty much everybody gets cheated on equally.
Everybody gets cheated on. I don't think that simps get cheated on more than a man that's not a simp. Sorry. Yeah.
So how you cheat on me?
I didn't cheat on you.
Okay.
That wasn't the question.
What we be thinking about?
His light skin side is starting to come out. So yeah.
Hey,
light skin guys, they all act the same. I'm just saying. Shout out to the light skin guys.
Hold up now. Yeah, watch that.
To all my Drakes and Chris Brown. Let's salute to that.
But here's the thing. I think if a woman don't value you, don't respect you, that higher your chances of getting cheated on tremendously. If you ask me, if she feel like that's just like I don't know, but if she feel like she could replace you at the drop of a dime and you're nothing special, what is to keep her interest? What is to want her to be committed to you? You just was a bust. Go ahead.
I'm sharing a video with you. It's a Joyce Meyer's husband thing. And if you let me play it, it explains exactly why women will never necessarily be satisfied.
Oh, yeah, I remember you played that. That's the 7th floor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, hold on before you play it. Like that's crazy because you see how you said a woman would think that, you know, a man would think totally opposite.
Yeah, that's why I changed the way that I said it, because as I was thinking about it when I said it, I was like, okay, because a man will look at it some differently. You know what I mean? But because I have me personally, I could sit here today and tell you I have fumbled some good women in my life. You know what I mean? And I knew they was good women when I was dealing with them for the most part. I just thought like those was a dime a dozen, or it was a lot more of them. But you live and you learn.
I'm gonna play this video real quick.
Have
Yeah,
opened
go
up
ahead.
a new store in New York City. Anybody heard about the new store in New York City? It's called the Husband Store. And you can go there and shop for a husband. There's 6 floors in this store. You can only visit each floor one time, though. And each
the
floor you
video
go
playing?
up, the value increases.
Y'all can't see the video? The video?
Yeah, we can see it.
You may choose any item from
I
any
can't see
particular
it. I
floor.
can hear it, but I can't see it.
But you cannot. You can go up a floor, but you
I can
cannot
see it.
go back down.
Yeah, I can see it too.
So there was a woman who went to the husband store to find herself a husband. On the first floor, the sign on the door read, "These men have jobs." That sounded good. These men have jobs. Floor 2 says, "These men have jobs and love kids." Floor number 3 said, "These men have jobs, love kids, and are extremely good looking." Wow, she thought, this is sounding pretty good, but I'm compelled to go on to the next floor. Well, she does go to the 4th floor, and the sign reads, "These men have jobs, love kids, are drop dead, good looking, and they help with the housework." "Oh, mercy me," she said, "I can hardly stand it." Still, she said, "I've got to go on." She went to the 5th floor. "These men have jobs, love kids, are drop dead gorgeous, help with the housework, and have a very strong romantic streak." But she couldn't stand it. She decided she had to just find out what was on floor number 6. Floor number 6 said, "You are visitor 31,456. To this floor, there are no men on this floor. This floor exists solely as proof that women are impossible to please."
Now I play that to say that's a woman saying this about other women. Why would she lie?
I believe I said that before, but that's the story. I just didn't know how to word it.
When they talk about like things that you want in life, I get that, but like when it comes to relationships,
Yeah,
but I think
I get that, and that's a
You guys are on hot mic, by the way.
Say that
You too.
again.
I'm just letting Nisha and Rainier know they were on a hot mic.
Oh yeah.
I believe you heard me say many times before, you can't blame others for what you allow. If it makes you unhappy or uncomfortable, you need to talk to that person, try to change it, and if it doesn't bring you peace, and that's when it's time to move on. And that goes for both men and women. A woman should be marriage material before you put a ring on her finger. A man should be husband material before that woman walks down the aisle.
But even if she's woman or wife material, consistently you need to continue to check in. Women will change.
Yeah, that's why communication is key.
Communication is very key because at the end of the day, nothing is set in stone. Men are what? Conditionally loved. Everybody else is unconditionally loved. We have conditions on our life, and it does not change. Even though women are allowed to change in our thought process, being boss bees, not having to be in the home as much and doing all these other things, we consistently throughout time have been the same.
Yeah, that's why I said women and children are loved unconditionally, and men are loved for what they can provide. You just have to choose wisely what you invest in.
I don't know about that, Ronan.
And
I gotta give it to you.
even
Go
saying
ahead,
that,
Inspector.
nothing, even at the same way I just said, nothing is ever guaranteed in life, or never will it be. You know, you just take each day as it comes, make the best of it. That's all you can do. I mean, you can plan ahead a little bit for the future, but the future hasn't come yet, so you don't know what the outcome of the tomorrow going to be. You know, you can make plans and you adjust accordingly. You know, things don't work out.
All I'm saying is the woman you marry today is not going to be the woman 5 years ago, 10 years later, 20 years later. She's constantly going to be changing. While you still have the same mission in life, she's constantly going to be changing based on the exposure you give to a woman. I'm in a third world country. As I expose her to more and more things, she's going to have a broader horizon and experience model where certain things where she was based in, if she's not rooted into it like a fucking cement block, she's going to change.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But men change too, though, Ronan.
You have to grow together as a couple.
Nature stays consistent with being a protector provider. We might have greater experiences as far as what wealth leads us into and gives us access to, but we're still ultimately still going to be providing and protecting the women or the people that we love.
So basically what you're saying, and how I'm trying to say is that women are more disloyal to their spouse than males to their spouse.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, because it's like they got a price. They would change because another person is a better
conditional. We are conditional.
Yeah. Because they see, like,
if we fall short on our promise, it gives them permission to what? Break theirs.
I'll also say you must maintain what brought you together in a relationship. While adjusting and growing together.
And she says we make the same money and build together.
Exactly. And that's the whole point with communication. As you grow, you guys have to have a commonality understanding that it's still 100-100. Even if you're making more or I'm making more, we're still working together to what? Build the overall legacy. You're married because you want to have kids. You want to have a legacy, right? You're building for generations to come after you. Ultimately, it's not always going to be just about love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this, you know, like most relationships, they're not just based on just love and sex and all that. It's many things that are involved in that. A relationship is about
just falling in love. That's the first thing a woman will say. That's why she's unhappy. I'm not in love with it anymore. That has nothing to do with it. Did you not make a commitment? Did he not make a commitment to you? Is he following through on his commitment? If you're not happy, you need to go through therapy or figure out what the fuck is going to make you happy since you changed. Because obviously he was making you happy before. That's why I say consistently you got to keep checking in, because her feelings, her experiences are going to say, I'm not as happy as I used to be. How can I get back there? And ultimately they're going to point at you like.
But that's my pushback, Ron.
That's a two-way street, though. You know, she's got to also check in on the man, and the man needs to check on the woman.
But that's my pushback, because the man changes too. Maybe when he was first courting her, they was going out to dinner like once or twice a week. They would have a movie night. They would do this, that, and the third. And 5 years in, he don't do none of that no more.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask a married man, Rainer. When you found the woman that you ready to commit with, you're rock solid with your belief in her.
Yeah.
Unless you see some extraordinary change in her, you rock solid. But you got to constantly have to continue to check in with her to make sure y'all are both on the same page.
To see where she at.
Has nothing to do with you. We are mental when it comes to our analytics. If we know she computes, she stays in our formula always. But the formula changes for her, not for us. We're analytical thinkers.
Yeah. See,
once we get something locked in, that piece is resolved. We don't have to go back and keep on recalculating that piece. but you do when it comes to a female.
Well,
And
I
other
don't
things you
understand.
don't. Everything maths out, and all the math is mathing. The one thing that does never math is a female's personality and mentality.
Yeah, he's saying.
That always
Well,
is
I get
constantly
that though, because
changing.
feelings change with men as well, though. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm always gonna play devil's advocate or whatever, but I get what you're saying. But if he's not doing the same thing that he did to get her, to keep her, by definition, he changed.
Yeah, but I don't think. Hold on. Listen, correct me if I'm wrong, man, because I'm wavy right now and I'm tired of hearing this. I got.
He said I'm wavy.
So the thing is this, right? What I get from this whole situation right here, y'all talking about, I think you're saying the same thing, but kind of different. Because what I get from what Rona's saying is like, we're providers. We like to do a certain thing. If we good and we feel we good, we'll take our time and we'll keep going. A female might get used to your time and want more time and will find something else to elevate her when she's probably put herself in a worse position, but she's chasing something. She's never happy. When we good, where we at, and we know it's going to come when it's going to come. You understand what I'm saying?
But that's something different than what Charlie's saying. What
Charlie, I get what Charlie's saying, and it's true.
It's true. Yeah.
Men are conforming to our society norms, not our nature. Our nature is to want more, to go hunt, to continue to succeed, to add to what we've already grown. So that's our nature. Society dictates you only have one wife. But to go back to what we were talking about originally, we're not meant to only have one wife. We're meant to conquer and continue to move forward and progress. And if that means we can add two to build stronger, you can add another woman or two that's going to add to even helping the first woman. Why shouldn't you be able to? Because society says you can't. So then we become limited in the way we can grow. A woman doesn't have that limitation. She can just not be happy.
So why not just simply go to a country where they allow multiple wives?
You can, and a lot of dudes do look to do that and be in polygamous relationships, or even do it there in the United States and just have multiple women that live with them. I have a cousin that lives in Germany. He has 2 wives, one Filipino and one Black African woman.
That's like the Mormons. It's like like a lot of Mennonites and the Amish. But the thing is this though, right? It's hard for a female. I'm not even a female, but I can just see how the world thinks. It's hard for a female to get on that type of mentality.
It is. They're very rare.
It's super hard because you got different levels to it. You got women that be like, I would never, blah, blah, blah. Then you got another level. Then you got Amisha. Then from Misha, you got another level that's nothing bothers them. Certain things might bother her. Some people ain't gonna let that thing even come into the atmosphere they live in. And the other person can't even fan or think about it. So it's different levels to it.
No, it's definitely different levels. I mean, I feel that.
That's why nobody can understand and nobody can be able to get into that concept. That's why when everybody talk to us, they say, well, blah, 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 blah. You think you got all the answers. But how me and my wife been together for 15 years if you got all the answers? And you ain't got nobody.
Well, I was gonna go back to Felicia Roots. Sorry if I'm not saying that correctly. It says, if I get sick and can't make money and vice versa, we hold it down for each other. And what I was going to refer to is I mentioned my first month I moved here in Thailand, I had a stroke. My housekeeper took care of me with no extra expectations of more money in return. She even refused what I tried to give it for. After spending almost a year of her helping me recover and get to know her and all that, I decided to marry her. We've been happy. We've been happy ever since without regrets. Nothing really ever gets to the point of where we argue with each other. We have disagreements. I listen to her. I listen to what she has to say. She listens to what I have to say. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that usually makes the final decision, you know, because I'll be the first one to admit I'm not always right.
But the
None
whole
of
thing
us
is,
are.
to be fair, expat, she was raised to believe that. We talking to
Yes.
people that have a westernized society, and they're not. Those women aren't necessarily raised to believe in that.
It's
You
like
have
I
a
said,
right. I have a Filipino woman that I'm giving. She was raised to believe those things.
that's why I say you can't create a bountiful harvest in toxic lands if the environment is not suiting you and it's hurting you. You have to find a place that suits you. You know, whether if it's in with the same country in a different location or a different culture, a different country entirely. You know, you have
I
to
understand.
choose. You have to choose the place that makes you happy in life. And you know, some people don't get that luxury. They're stuck. They can't afford to move. They have many different circumstances that they can't just simply move to another state or to another town or to a different country. You know, everybody's situation is different.
Right,
No,
but
that's
for
just
those that are stuck, they can't move. They're still stuck in that society. They have to learn how to deal with what's presented to them and the availability of it. We have that luxury. We can go somewhere else and find it.
Yeah, but see,
They don't.
the thing is too wrong. Like he said, you said expat, you said housekeeper, right? Am I right or wrong?
She was my housekeeper.
All right. For a person to get like that, to get something like that in the States, you know how much it's gonna cost for a housekeeper to be with you 8 hours a day in the States? You know how much money that costs a month?
No, but I know it's expensive.
So if
Everything
using
in America is expensive
yeah,
compared
so
to many
no,
other countries.
if using that caliber to have somebody like that, it'd be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You see how Arnold Schwarzenegger had a baby to his housekeeper?
yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that you in a place in Thailand where, or Philippines, my bad, where you're like Schwarzenegger. So you can make that move. You can make that situation. You couldn't do that in the States though.
Well, I can say I officially opened my own landscaping business when I was 18 years old. A little bit later, around just before 2008, I started buying properties, fixing them up, and renting them out. I had a stroke when I was 29. And I was diagnosed with lupus and catastrophic endothelial syndrome. So not only did I have to deal with my two businesses, you know, price of living, I had to deal with medical, which at that time they dropped me. So I was paying out of pocket for that stuff. Despite all that, I still work hard. And in 2012, I retired at the age of 40. In 2013, I moved to Thailand and I sold my landscaping business and I kept my property rentals. That's what I use for my overseas income. I have a property manager that handles everything, and I have accountants to make sure that the money is not being abused or, you know, people scamming, taking money from me. I do have audits on it, stuff like that. So now what I do is my money works for me. I have people working, but you know, I have to pay, but at the same time, they're working for me, and I don't really have to do much of anything. Just check in every now and then.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking about what you do as in your life, you know, for your business. I was saying as in by you being over there, it puts you in a great position to be in the position you are right now, as opposed to using the States. That's
But
what
I was saying is those things that I mentioned is what led me and put me in a position where I could go overseas.
Oh yeah,
Yo,
no, I
yo,
get it. But even if I didn't have as much as you, and I went overseas, I would have a better chance of finding that type of same situation, opposed to me finding that situation in the States.
Well, yeah, but probably the first thing I need to mention, because somebody goes
can I
overseas,
interrupt right quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't just want to just leave the stage without saying nothing, but I appreciate you having me, Charlie. Definitely shout out to you. This was definitely a good topic of discussion, 100%. Definitely some very good points being made. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for having me on the stage. I'm out. Peace.
All right,
All right,
nephew.
thank you. Take care.
Good.
I would say going overseas doesn't naturally fix all your problems in life. You have to fix the hole in your heart, the problems that you're facing and stuff like that.
Charlie,
Going
you're
over.
muted. Charlie, you're muted if you're talking to us.
I was talking to y'all, man. I was going on the whole soliloquy, man. Damn. Damn, that's crazy. I was just telling Prodigy I appreciate him for pulling up, and he asked good questions. So I'm Misha, y'all going live Sunday, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, no, reason why I asked because I was just gonna say I'm setting up a live for tomorrow, and if you was going live tomorrow, I wasn't gonna set it up.
I didn't have anything planned for Sunday, but
okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure you weren't going live tomorrow.
Oh no, I'll probably be outside somewhere. I don't know. It's up to him.
Okay.
Yeah, we popping bottles tomorrow.
Heard that. Damn, Get Money Rich. We talking about Get Money right near.
Nah,
Money
listen.
making mix.
I spend my money and then I think about money. How I'm gonna get it back. I'll holler at y'all. Good night, y'all.
All right, take care.
All right, bro. Appreciate you pulling up.
You guys.
Take care, Misha.
All right, expat. All right, Charlie, Ronan. Y'all have a good night.
All right, appreciate y'all. Yeah, with that being said, we're gonna close out here in about another 13 minutes, man. I think tonight has been a great live, man. Like I say, I'm loading the one for tomorrow night. So everybody that's on the live, the best way to get tuned in is hit the like and subscribe. But more out here. Shout out to shout out to Tam pulling up, showing love as always. But the best way to get in these discussions is, for one, hit subscribe and turn on your notification bell, because we have engaging conversations like this all the time. And think about this is like it's almost interactive radio. If you hear something that you want to chime in on, as long as you're being respectful, not vulgar, and you could convey your thoughts in a comprehensive way, you're more than welcome to pull up on the channel. That's again Charlie Chan TV. If you guys want to keep catching content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell too, so you could get, as soon as we get to it, you will be already in the know. But I'll land there. Ronan, you were saying something?
I was saying something in the chat.
Oh, okay.
I dropped in. I say I am writing on Charlie Chan TV's panel, so I hope that people in my channel, whether you're on the vertical side or the horizontal side, please hit that subscribe link and subscribe to Charlie Chan channel. Hit the like button. I really appreciate you guys joining us. I see a lot of new people in the room. I would hope that you guys will not only subscribe to my channel, but also go over and subscribe to Charlie Chan TV's channel.
Yeah,
trying to get to this brother to get monetized. He's sitting at 266. Like to see him get up to 500 at least in the next week. Let's get this brother up to 1,000 so he can get monetized. Okay.
That's when the fun really gonna start. I'm thinking of, I got to get the numbers up, but I'm thinking about a dope giveaway once I get those numbers up and shit like that though. But yeah, no, that's just what we do over here, man. Each one teach one, man. Steel sharpen steel, and I believe in the community that is this space. Shout out to you, Roots, if you still in the building. Okay, I see you just typed.
Yes, she did.
Shout out
she
to
said,
you. I
do.
think you brought some great insight, and especially
please come back.
You've been married 32 years. That is an accomplishment, and with that accomplishment come a lot of wisdom and experience.
I wish I could have did that right the first and the second time. I'm on my third shot. I mean, goddamn, can I get somebody that wants to try?
There you go. I've never listen. They broke bad, and I seen too many characteristics before we even got that far. But I done had 2 relationships that went for 7 years or better, and another relationship that was like for 5 years. So yeah, nah, but I see those red flags, and I give them time to correct them. And if they ain't gonna correct them, I ain't gonna accept them. So we had a stalemate then.
I only been married once in my life. Never been divorced as of yet.
Count yourself back, man.
I've been in plenty of relationships, but usually normally I try to take things slow, especially in America. It's different in America than it is overseas, but you still have to be careful. In America, I take my time to get to know the person, make sure we're right.
Oh, you have to do it overseas too.
Yeah, I had to do it overseas.
Because you got that blue book, you still a target. Even more of one.
Going overseas don't magically fix your problems. And the sad part is a lot of men go overseas making the same mistakes, making the same old poor choices.
And if y'all think you're going to come over here and griff and try to finesse women here, man, they've been around Americans for a long time. Every game you think you can play, they done seen it. It's been passed down from generation to generation. And I said generation to generation. Yeah. We've been here that
long. But Ronan, I'm special. They've never seen the game that I have. I'm special though. Yeah, all right. That's why
I'm old, broken, and you already made your money. What else you want? I love you, JM. I love the way you troll, bro.
What do you gain from marriage at this point? You are already old, broken, and already.
Hey, I just
shout out to you, JM, for that.
Look, for me, and it's not for all people. I function better in a relationship. I function better when I know I have somebody that gives me peace. I function better when I know that I don't have to worry about somebody actually caring for me. You know, I don't need to go and seek that out or go pay for it. I have somebody that's generally there for me. You know, that gives me peace to allow me to be more creative and more, beneficial to whatever I'm trying to do as far as business or personal. You know, so it's not for everybody. Some people give up after the first one. Some people don't.
Some people never threw their hat in the ring. Listen, I you know what, Ronan, I agree with you wholeheartedly, but it's the treachery for me. You know what I mean? And like
treachery.
Yeah, treachery. It's that for me on the simple fact that I be so in my head, and I know it's gonna come back to hunt me when I get older. But I be so in my head to where I'm just thinking, oh, this chick just waiting for I'm just so far in my head to just never got that far for me. You know what I mean? Just because if I see you, like I pick up on little things. If I see like you treat your mom with no respect, that's a no-go for me. You know what I mean? Like I pick up on all of the little things. So I feel it, but I would have liked to say that I've done it. Well, I might still say I've done it, but for me, it's not hard to get married. I think it's hard to stay married.
It is.
Yeah, I agree on that. You know, life is never learning experience, and you have to grow together as a couple.
Yeah, I agree with that. Females are going to start choosing Simps because it's easy to run through their money, get all they can, and then jump out.
But are they really choosing them at that point? Or they using them?
They're choosing the them and running game. That's called the finesse. The finesse is, I'm going to trick you into believing I love you. I'm going to marry you for 2 to 3 years and then take you for what you're worth.
Wasn't that? No, y'all correct me if I'm wrong because this is something that I've seen.
Somebody just recently went through that.
No, I'm just saying, like, say one of the biggest finesses I heard when it came to something like that. I heard Janet Jackson had married some type of royalty somewhere, and there was a clause So if they stayed together, if they had like 2 kids and they stayed together 10 years, she would get like $1 million or something if they
And she
divorced.
stayed with them exactly how long? 10 years.
10 years.
And she left right after that.
Got that bread and moved around.
You know, oh boy, the Italian guy that does everything with expressions. You heard about his situation, right? And he's smart enough to do that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
we ain't got, because I'm gonna do a live on him actually.
I'm not going to talk about him, but also Israel Adesanya did the same thing. He was a UFC fighter. He had a girlfriend that tried to sue him after they broke up for millions of dollars. And she had some kind of assistance in his production when he was in the ring. Either way, at the end of the day, they both put their money in their parents' names.
Yeah.
So there wasn't nothing to sue for. But he'll go into that more on his live. I don't want to go into it too deep, but yeah, there's diabolical ways to protect yourself, and it's a thing that you got to do that nowadays.
No, that's a fact.
You know, and except of people doing a prenup, they gotta go and do it another way because a lot of people are already preventative of wanting to do a prenup.
Yeah.
Well,
if you look at the basketball player to where I forgot his name, what's his name? To where he was talking about the chick, she didn't want to sign the prenup and she kept on putting it off. Even had them to go talk to a pastor, which it was her pastor, to where he was trying to convince him that he didn't need a prenup and all of that stuff. I was like, ain't this about a bit? So the day of the wedding, he said she.
Well, that was already. Because
So,
technically, you got to have a cool off period when you sign a prenup. You can't sign the day of because then they could say you signed them under duress. Right. So the legal way of you got to have months with that signature down pat before you actually get married.
Well, that was the thing because what he said, like she was in there crying, telling me, okay, give it here, I'll sign it. And he was like, yeah, no, I know better than that. This could be under duress, so let's go and call it off. And that's what he did. And just believe it or not, he saved himself. Do you know what they say in America? The quickest way for a woman to get rich is to marry a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then they say they got it out the mud. They didn't. They got it out their last husband.
Yeah, they got it out their ass. No, let me stop it. But
I'm not woman bashing, but I'm just saying that's the situation and the mentality of a lot of westernized women. And I say westernized women and not skin tone because there's multiple different type of women running that same game. Thailand, Philippines, everywhere. It's not just Black women in our community that are doing it. Everybody's doing it.
Even white women back home in America is doing it.
Yeah. The formula is out there. Why would they go and try to change it? It's proven to work.
Yeah, that's why they made the book Art of Seduction. It was originally like for women. The Art of Seduction is talk about Cleopatra, how she had and I may, moving on in the future, I may do a live about that because I think that's fascinating that that this woman that was over mediocre, like they described her as nothing, like she was not the belle of the ball, but she had 2 of the most powerful men in Rome courting her. You know what I mean? So that's a game within itself. But was they simps or was she just good at what she did?
Well, part of being a man is to compete, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So they were competing for the same woman, and she was.
No. Mark Anthony didn't get her until after Caesar died.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if you're competing for the same woman, he was still being a simp in the background. You think she just instantly wanted Mark Anthony, or he was hanging out while Caesar was still with her? Come on now.
I think for her, if you read the Art of Seduction,
Caesar wasn't around. She was with him.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is this, and yeah, of course, but I don't think it was with him or in a thing of that nature, just because it was more strategic on her part because that's how she was obtaining power. We forget that it was them that got her back in power. She was exiled from the kingdom when she met them. So it was them that wouldn't fought and put her in power.
Well, no,
So
what she
she
did
was
was she
attracted to
leveraged
the
her
power.
relationships with both of those people to say, even if I don't have Caesar, I still got Mark Anthony. She still carried the leverage behind that relationship to get herself back in power.
Right. But at the same time, would you say like that was more of a, like, say Mark Anthony was coming around? That's undoubtedly true, because that was his right hand man. That's why he Mark Anthony and his Caesar's son took on all of the senators and politicians after he died. They was in cahoots with each other because that was his right hand man. Like, damn, look what they did to my guy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think I'm saying all of that to say I think Cleopatra was more attracted to power than the men. So that's I was saying all that to say that.
Yeah, basically Caesar was assassinated, stabbed to death.
I can't hear you.
I said Julius Caesar was actually stabbed to death, assassinated.
Yes, that's what I was referring to. He was assassinated by the politicians, the senators of the what's the name, because they felt like he was getting too powerful.
You
Because
don't
like
think
Caesar was known to be a man of the people, so they set him up and stabbed him. In fact, his homeboy Mark Anthony wasn't even there because they know they were going to be on some ride out shit. You know what I mean? Mark Anthony was really the one that was stepping on shit, on things. You know what I mean? So there's a thing. That's why he wasn't there. And that's why when he went got
his benefit was once he got assassinated, who was going to take over?
I can't hear you.
He had a benefit for not being there. Not only was he going to get the woman, but he was going to be maybe the next one in charge because he was already a general.
Yeah.
You could say that, and nobody could prove whether he was or wasn't, at least at this point. But what we can prove is him and Caesar's son teamed up and killed everybody that was involved with the deletion of Caesar.
Right.
This is history that we could look up.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a whole bunch of political things that went behind people wanting to fight for power and emperor versus giving it back to the people and all those things that went behind that. Yeah, Jezebel's spirit is a thing. It's a big time thing. So yeah, you need to figure out whether your woman is a spirit or not. That's a definite venting portion of while you're around your woman if she's like that.
But here's the thing. Well, say far as in Cleopatra, my bad. Go ahead, X-Pac.
Well, I was going to say, most people don't really change, in life. And a lot of people enter a relationship hoping or expecting that person to change when the majority of people don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But
I would say it this way. It's not about change. People hide their truer selves and they pretend to be somebody. The quicker you can get the truth of who they are, the quicker you realize who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And that's why I say even when people gain money, all money did was give you access to being able to be relaxed about who your truer self is. You were always that person. You had to pretend up until you got there. Now that you got there and you make money, it doesn't matter. You can be whatever you want to be, have access to everything you want to be, and be your true self, not somebody you're pretending to be just to get ahead in life. Like even here in the Philippines, it's a situation where people are super friendly, but there is a reason why they're being super friendly. They're in general nice people, but they're trying to get ahead. When you can barely make $6 a day here, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're being nice, exceptionally nice, because that benefits you overall and to get you out of whatever your situation is. But give some of these people money and you'll see a selfish nature about them.
Yeah, I'm yeah, for sure. But in this world to where it's dog eat dog, we're talking about all kind of, because now that it's coming out, it's gonna sound like I'm referring to motherfuckers as dogs, but I'm talking about in general. If we in the world to where dog eat dog, isn't some of those dogs gonna be of another sex? Isn't some of those dogs gonna be ones that using their sex to get ahead? I mean, their sexuality and their sex to get ahead. That's nothing new. People forget, like say, when it comes to the first two establishments in America was the church and the brothel in that order. Just think
That
about
was
it. God
established
didn't hold.
before America.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Church and brothels existed before America.
Yeah, no, yes, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure America didn't. I said the first two established businesses in America was a church and a brothel. I didn't say the first two churches, the first brothel was in America and the first church was in America. I'm saying the first things in America was a church and a brothel.
Really? You think that?
Yep. Yep, you can look it up.
Well, I thought
Making
the people that first came over on religious beliefs. So I can't believe that there's a whole brothel because they had the red letter shirt people, the ones that committed sins of lust and different things like that. They put a red letter on you, the scarlet letter. All those things happened because they had a strict belief in their faith. That's the reason why they broke away from Europe and wanted to come over here, right? So you would think brothels come right after them trying to establish land masses and cities and fight with the Indians and all that. You think that's the next thing that came upon them as the brothel?
I'm just telling you the way that I read it, and it makes sense just because just when you think about it, is it's your spiritual desire and your flesh desire. You see what I'm saying? It makes sense, and let's just be honest. Just because you are a man that's in cloth don't necessarily mean that you are a man of the cloth, because let's dissect this a little bit. A lot of people back then, as they are doing now to this in this day as we are speaking, they use religion to get rich.
Oh, that's a no doubter. Yeah,
You see what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So everybody wasn't walking in the faith is what I'm trying to allude to with that.
But openly, that's the thing I'm saying. They wouldn't do it openly.
Yeah, I could if you want, I can send you over some literature on it.
I wouldn't mind looking at that.
there
I'm not down. I'm
back
not
in the
down.
olden days, they wouldn't. Back in the olden days, they wouldn't have open brothels that can be seen in public. It was done in the shadows, done on the back streets and stuff like that. You know, they didn't really promote it. But
Even to this day, they don't really promote it for real. Oh, hold on, let me see.
I mean, I can see why that would be, because some women that might have had husbands, the husbands died, they still had children and responsibility, and it wasn't like there was a lot of men standing in line to want to take care of a woman with a child back then.
Right.
So they
life
had to make
was a
money.
lot harder back then.
So I can kind of see how your point would make sense.
And then let's just take that a step further too. Real quick, what up, KB?
Hey, what's up? I don't know what he's talking about. I love being a step dummy. I'll sign up right away. You know, I'm the guy that stepped up.
Yeah, there you go. And it takes a real man to take care of another man's kid. There you go.
That's what I'm saying, man.
All right, Dr. Umar.
Well,
Dr. Umar Pandering Johnson just showed up on the
my chocolate queen, Nubian queen.
You back from Bogota?
No, I'm still here.
Business is good. You stealing all the kidneys you can while you out there, huh?
Yeah. Had to extend my trip. I'm getting so many licks.
Hey, Roots are right. He said, let's go to now. Many pastors are falling because of sexual sins. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So
in today's churches, there are many wolves in the pulpit.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and I'm not saying, I'm just saying this is just the mind of Charlie sometime. How come a P? Oh shit, and they both start with a P. A pimp and a pastor both like have the same characteristics.
Are you trying to say a pastor was a pimp at one point? And I know some pimp pastors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody knows some pimp pastors. You know what I mean? That's just like everybody know could go in the church and find an ex-hoe.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Charlie, they born again.
Ruth, you are absolutely right. Not all pastors, but listen, so very few that are not though. Just because.
Yeah, I agree. Not all.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but I think only what my grandma used to say, only hit dogs holler. When Drewski came out with that skit about the prosperous preachers, they showed their colors then. They showed their colors. With them with the red bottoms on and stuff like that. But yeah, no, they showed their colors. But yeah, guys, we finna get ready to close it up just because I said it was like at 3 o'clock, but it's 3:11 right now. But I'm actually working on a live tomorrow, so I'm gonna be right back at y'all over here at Charlie Chin TV. KB, you can lead the closeout tonight because I pulled you up because I know you was either still out there or just got back from out there. How your trip going out there, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I kind of regret coming to this place, man. I ain't.
Damn,
Cold as a motherfucker, man.
Somebody giving mixed messages. What the hell?
What? I thought for sure. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to come out here, about to go crazy, but goddamn, Bogota, this place is a piece of shit. I'm shocked.
Do you go outside or you sit in the house?
Hell yeah, I go outside. There's just trash everywhere around here. Like the other day, motherfuckers, they come in, they don't have like a full trash system. So they have the runners on the back of the trash trucks. So it's like people put the trash out and then they just hop out and they just start jogging and picking up the trash and throwing it in the back. So it's like there's just trash scattered everywhere, but like they don't want to pick it up. So there's just mountains of trash in this place. Mountains and mountains of trash. And it'd be cold as fuck too. It's cold as fuck right now.
You over there being sedity.
Sedity? What does that mean?
Charlie,
Like
before you end the stream, you should ask KB thoughts on the initial topic of the stream.
No, KB for Simps. We already know his standpoint. He the king of the Sims. They call him Captain Sims.
Yeah. See, you got to step up when the kid's not yours too, because she wasn't ready for you before, but God put her in your life for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
How much did Dr. Umar pay you? What sponsor?
There you go.
That sounds like Captain Peck Boy to me.
God put her
you got, when
in your
another man
path for a
step
reason.
down, you got
Message is sponsored by Dr. Umar.
What was
KB,
it? God's got biggest challenges for his strongest soldiers, and it's time for you to hear what that is.
That's a damn shame.
Well, if a woman has multiple baby daddies, each child has a different father, and she couldn't hold on to those relationships, what does that truly say about her? That tells me that you're most likely
it's the man's
another
fault.
baby daddy.
You're mistaken. That's the man's fault. It's never her fault.
It's both of their faults in a sense.
And if you don't want to take care of her and other men's kids, you're not man enough to step up to the plate.
It might be a little bit different if she's a single mother because she was widowed. Say like she's a young lady. She's a young lady, and say her husband passed away in a car accident or got cancer or something like that. That's different. Or a woman that left a man because she was abused. I'm talking about if she was with one man, or he's in prison and they got divorced, and that's why she's a single mother. Then you might consider it, but that's only. That's only if she got divorced.
It's funny you say that because a lot of women will use that as an excuse, but they never put that man in jail. So is that true, or is that something she's telling you so you could feel sorry for her?
Well, if I'm seeing a woman, she's telling me that she has a child and her husband is in prison, I can actually look that up and make sure that he is in prison. If he's not in prison, then that's it. That tells me that she's already misleading me. So that's an automatic red flag there. But I'm married, so I don't really have to worry about it.
Shout out to you for that.
I mean, if you were a real man,
here we go.
If you were a real
KB says if you're a real man, you'll be a pet boy in the bedroom.
Grow up listening to.
Now, if you were a real man, you would be hearing this.
That's a fact, though. I almost took me a shot and laid back in my seat like I'm on my way. For real, man. There's something therapeutic about that. I need that as an alarm or something. Nah, but I'm gonna be psyching myself up, waking up like, we in DR yet? Like, God damn it. So yeah. But yeah, real. Do you want to chime in on the question before we get up out of here, KB?
I mean, of course, women like Simps. Who doesn't like something?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's why I said earlier. I try to be very intentional with words and things of that nature. So, like and love is two different things. I can like something. That don't mean I like going out and drinking and kicking it with my people, and sometimes in dark rooms full of people I don't know. I don't love it though.
I mean, no, I think women they can learn to love a pet wallet. There's plenty of people like that.
I like a pet wallet.
Pet wallet, yeah. That's what you are at that point, a pet wallet. Because it it's not, if the person brings you enough benefits and you feel like it's something that you can control, then yeah, I mean, they'll stick around. I mean, we got some famous examples like Aisha Curry, or who's that bald-headed one again? Damn, Jada. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Listen, she make my stomach grab, man. Let's not talk about that harlot.
Some women enjoy leading men around with a leash.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some men that actually like it.
I don't know. I feel like that's a white people thing, though. But maybe that's just me.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, I can't imagine the black guy being like, yeah, go ahead and kick me in the balls. Punish me. Right? Or is it just...
There's some man that likes that type of stuff.
Listen. Here's the thing. A white man might do it, but he does it because he enjoys the pain. We do it because we just don't know any better, and we were raised by mothers that told us to treat women like queens.
For real. He said, I can still date 15 to 20 years younger. Oh,
hey.
15, 20 years younger. Put younger before the 15.
He did.
20,
he said younger though. He did say younger. Don't get scared.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh shit, what have Ronan done to me? Man, I gotta start. Hey, I appreciate that, Uncle Guns, because that just made me realize I gotta start reading these things before I pull them up, because that could have went like, I'm sure everybody else might. You said younger, but you probably should have started with younger or something. You know what I mean? Just because 15 to 20 sounds diabolical. Well, because of raised children, divorce, and are looking to start a new life, submitting to a quality. And fuck that. It's always the chick that you tried to holler at. Well, I was actually getting the bad chicks in my high school, to be honest, a lot of times. Because
read Big Mike's comment below.
You get that hey big head.
Wow, I like that, Big Mike. That's crazy. Pause. I just felt like that, and I'm done saying pause. But Big Mike say Simps are marriage material. Non-Simps are good side dudes. Well, man,
Simps are marriage material for single mothers.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
that good side dudes because they ain't stupid enough to marry them.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, and this is what I want to say to Big Mike. I think a good side dude is underrated. Just like we gotta be underrated, just because like a good side chick is underrated. It's harder to find a good side chick than to find a good main chick. So I'm cool with playing the number 2 position. Let dude play the number 1 position. Man, hey, listen, I didn't help more goddamn relationships than Oprah.
Nigga, bro, Charlie, you ain't shit.
I'm just telling you how
You
many
ain't
times I done
shit.
fuck with a female. She got a nigga.
This nigga,
Tell me
man.
I should just leave him and fuck with you. Who?
You ain't shit, Charlie. Damn.
I'm just
I
telling you.
can I can say I'm happily married with no regrets. I've never had a simp in my life.
Now, shout out to you, X-Pac, because I heard you say when I was charging my phone on that you say you've never cheated on a woman in your life. I was like, damn, that takes some will, bro. I've cheated by mistake before.
You said, how do you fall into it by mistake? That was intentional.
It wasn't, because I ain't go there with that on my mind. And baby was very persuasive.
Well, my parents
he
and
sounded like Jada
family
Pinkett.
raised me
Got
up
into an
because
entanglement.
that cheating was wrong.
Cheating is wrong for who, though?
For both sexes.
What book is that in?
In my book, my beliefs.
Okay, send me a copy of it, because I damn sure want to read it. But yeah, they say cheating is wrong. But here's the thing: this rich man can have 3 wives, and because I'm fucked up, I gotta have one. No, I'm cool.
Because somebody else does something doesn't mean you have to do the same thing.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact because I seen a dude drive a Ferrari, and I can't get one of those. So I feel it. But
yeah. Back in the day, how many times you heard this phrase of Papa or Granddad was a Rolling Stone?
Yeah,
that whole families across town.
Yeah,
kept a couple side chicks in different houses. This has been going on for a while now.
For a while, for a good while too.
A long while, yes.
So yeah, but oh shit. But yeah, nah. But you guys want to say anything before we get up out of here?
No, this is a good topic too. You want to know something I noticed? Okay, maybe it's just me, but maybe it's just guys in general. You ever meet a chick that you just like, man, this is a good one, but you still are kind of like, damn, I need new pussy though.
Oh Lord, jeez.
Yeah. Where I'm just kind of like,
that's
it's more like the variety and everything else. Because I'm like, half the time I'm like, dang, she just treat me so well, but then I'm like, dang, bro, I kind of want all of those.
You're still in the wrong mindset. Your mindset is still, I need quantity versus quality. When your mindset changes as you get older, you're going to want that quality over quantity. You don't want to deal with the bullshit. You ain't going to have to try to track down 5 different girls and keep all their names straight. You're going to get tired of that shit. You going to just want one, good one.
You still basing relationships on sex only.
Well, I mean, when
I
you
think
travel,
Ruth bring up a good point here. See any chick that I cheated with, like she's not my main girl. She could never have main girl like position. You know what I mean? I'm cheating with you just because there's something on the side. But shout out to Ruth, a woman cheat with a nigga that she could actually be in a relationship with. You know what I mean? And that's different. That's what's hurtful.
Remember what we said earlier. Women cheat for emotional reasons. That means they have emotional ties with their side dude. Now, does the side dude have those same emotional ties? Or is he the simp that's waiting for her moment of weakness, which is at that opportune time, and he's tagging and bagging, but he's going to keep moving?
Yeah. For sure. For 20 years.
Oh, that's the Steve Harvey playbook. That's what you just said right there.
That's an overall rule book. That ain't, Steve Harvey didn't come up with that. 80-20 been around for a long time.
Nah, that's a fact.
You know how
he's
Steve
like
Harvey
3 years
is,
old, Ronan.
Yeah, I mean, you know how he is with the books that he's got, where he's like, oh, If a man
I got a
can't
lot.
do
Ooh,
this, yeah,
I
and he
should
be
try to do
slapping
that
bitches.
tomorrow.
He be trying to tell our secrets and shit, and
The
don't do
funny
it
thing
right.
about
Question.
Steve is like he'll say some simp shit, but like he'll slap a bitch
I'm gonna
for
just
real.
Man, act like a woman. Man, stop.
Question. How many times has Steve Harvey been divorced?
I
And you
think
think
4
that's
times
somebody
now.
that you think
Hey, you
he's
try,
a man
try,
that you should take a relationship advice
but
from?
here's the thing: he got divorced out of his own selfishness. He had a good woman. He chose to leave her for somebody else because he thought he deserved better because he was making more money. Was that woman faithful to him? Yeah, he decided to leave her.
Yeah. Whether
He
you're a
picking up.
man or a woman, they both make
Oh,
everybody makes
financial
poor
frontiers and
choices.
back.
Oh, I didn't. Hold on. Let me pull them up. I don't even.
I mean, he
I just,
picking up these kids like Infinity Stones. Daddy's in jail. Former Pookie.
Pukisha,
Yeah.
020.
K9. What's up?
What's good?
How's it
Yeah,
going?
man, I caught your show earlier. I had to come over
Yeah.
here. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's all good. Much respect. I tried to get off because Charlie was on, so I wrapped it up real quick.
Oh man,
Pause.
definitely, man.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I know you probably you might got some financial advice over there. I need to hear. So I definitely need to
No.
put.
It's all good. It's all good, man. I think you need to do all of it.
Under the replay
So
crew.
yeah,
Yes,
right.
for sure.
Replay gang.
I was
Shout out
reading
to my
that
good brother
comment popped
K9
up
in the
earlier.
chat, pulling up, showing love, man, as always. I think I got like I say I got a live that I'm working on for tomorrow. I'm gonna also start just doing some side videos on some thoughts. I got a video that I wanted to make it a live, but I guess we could comment on it. But I think Steve Harvey, you can see he's getting just what he deserved when you think about it. You know what I mean? And it's the whole dynamic of you make the bed, you gotta lay in it. So
No, you don't. You could just leave her and get somebody else. That's the whole great thing about being wealthy. You don't need to stand
well,
shit.
yeah, no,
You
what
just
I'm
choose
referring
to.
to, the young lady that he called his daughter is acting like a man but thinking like a woman.
Isn't that his book?
But look how it's shitting on him now.
I
Because
think
she
it's
was
the
acting
other way,
like a
Charlie.
man, because
I
she
don't
was
It's
think
the,
acting
it's
it,
the
like a
way.
man,
Thank
she
you.
hold up.
possibly
She even has her own makeup line. She has her own contract. So she has her own money too.
she ain't got no Steve Harvey money. Steve Harvey is worth $200 million.
You
Oh,
don't think
nah. Steve
you don't
Harvey
think
made
she got
her.
a
Nah. Hold on. Steve Harvey made her.
Right.
Nobody would be
So
paying attention to her if it wasn't for Steve Harvey.
that's a fact, or yeah, I agree with Roots. But no, I think he's getting because in his book, she's talking about think like a man,
Hey,
act like a
Roots, the
woman.
link is in my chat. You're always welcome to join the panel. All you have to do is hit the link. You don't have to cam up beside
Who
in the
said that?
background. You know you're legit, but you can always hit the link and actually add your voice to the live.
Who are you referring to, Ronnie? I can't see for
Roots.
some reason.
Roots. The
Oh
person you
yeah,
just pulled
Roots. If
up.
you want to pull up, absolutely.
If you ever want a woman's perspective, let me know. Well, come on.
Oh yeah, pull up. I was on. Well, I can stay on a little bit longer if you wanted to pull up, but for sure.
Yo,
That should never act
I'll
like.
say
Go
my
ahead.
little part before I bounce out for some lunch. But I would say for the most part, man, women they want a lot of different things. So I mean, and there's a lot of different men in the market. So some men like to deal with life, which you would or somebody would call a simp perspective. And then women sometimes hook up guys for whatever reason, emotional, maybe sexual, no emotions. I mean, we're all humans at the end of the day. And then people go out in the marketplace and make the deals based on the terms that they can make and then that they're okay with or they deal with. So at the end of the day, I think people are very adjustable and diverse. It's not a one size fit all. So when you say like women don't want simps, not true. It depends on what part of life they're in. Sometimes they might have had that guy who was like, I know girls who are just like, oh, you look too good. I don't want to be with you. Oh, you get too much girls. I don't want to be with you. And it's because they might want to build out a family. And they might want a different type of guy that they can control or he has more limitations. So it just depends. I think a lot of times when we have this talk, we be talking like women ain't a part of the conversation. Like they don't have a choice neither. Like, bro, they choose a lot of different type of men based off of what they want to do. So depending on whatever they want out their life, they're going to choose a man. And guess what? Then they're going to switch it up. Then they don't want them no more. So I think just the marketplace is always evolving. It's cyclical. It's always changing. And then you go out there and you make a deal based on who you are and what terms you see this life as. And I think that's the marketplace, which is called a sexual marketplace. So if I tell you, don't be a simp, don't be this. That's not a
OTO,
guy.
but if that's the case, the stage of their life where they're shaking their hind parts with little to no clothes on, and you got a person in there just giving you your money for doing that, you would think that's the part of their life to where they will want to love and scoop up a simp. But that is the farthest thing that they want to do.
No, I wouldn't think that at that time. That's the worst time. The better time would be when their market value is declining for them to get an
But we're
exchange
talking
with a
about
simp.
we at this point we're talking about ran through women and not stocks that are devalued.
Well, wait, hold on. I thought it said, do women really want simps? I didn't know if it said only high value or when their sexual market value is high.
No, and that's what I'm saying. All of that ties into my first statement, like saying because you was like that's the worst time to get them because the best time to get them is when there are elaborate older and their value have went down. But who want do the man that's throwing the money at the young chick want the old chick now? She just shook her ass
Yeah, I
and
mean,
baby
men
girls
men
and
men
on the
take.
state.
Men in general take whatever women that actually is coming across their board, which is not a lot, but they try to take the women that they can get. So they don't have all these choices that you're saying. And then the young women are mostly wanting to have some fun and enjoy their life. So would a young man do the same thing if he was able to? But the supply and demand is not in his favor. So women are not no creature unlike most humans. They're human. They just have a particular situation where they have the leverage. Do you go to different continents where maybe the development economics are different, then they leverage their looks to get them. So it's just I say it's
Absolutely.
always different. If it wasn't different, you wouldn't want to move to a different country to get different outcomes, and you're the same goddamn guy. So women just play different games in different leagues in different regions by different phases, but they all have self-interest, and that's all they're trying to do, just like a man.
In
So
chat,
yes, they like simps.
it
Go
says,
ahead.
what classifies as a high value woman? A high value woman to me
I
is a
never
woman
used the
that
term a
brings
high
me,
value woman.
a high value woman to me is a woman that brings me peace instead of chaos.
Some guys like chaos. So it's just like whatever a man wants, that might be his woman. I'm not
You
saying it's
know,
wrong. Some guys like
he,
a firecracker. Some guys are like, man, my girl's a firecracker. I like a girl who talks back and puts me in my place. Guys are different. That's why I said I don't know. It's
like I
up to
say, when it
whoever.
comes to men and women, your happiness doesn't need other people's approval. Just don't have any regrets for the decisions that you made in life. You know, you
Yeah.
don't want at the end of the day, you don't want to choose what you allow in your life. You can't blame others for what happened. You know, even if a relationship ends for whatever reason, you know, one person might have had more part in it than the other one, but both of them had can look back and see certain things that they both did that caused their relationship to end.
Hmm. And then let's just be honest. There's different, and I guess that could lend to what OTO said, far as the women go. But there's different levels and different situations of simping because the dude that simp for the chick at the strip club is not simping for the chick at the grocery store. A lot of times, the plain looking chick, he's not simping for her. But the chick that's at the strip club with the with the big body and all of that stuff, he's sipping for her. You know what I mean? So I guess it's situational because um us as human, a lot of times we feel like we want something that A, we don't deserve, or two, we haven't earned.
Uh,
Yeah. No, I
but
hear that. Go ahead. Go ahead, expert.
I can't really add on to that because I never been to a strip club, never had a use for it. I was the type that
Yeah.
focus on what I can actually have in my life. And if it didn't work out, I ended and move on. I didn't get married until I moved to Thailand. So that's a multitude of relationships I've tried out. Most of them were in America. In other countries that I've visited in the past, it's just might have been the right woman at just the wrong time.
And then I had to earlier, I think we said this is a misconception when guys be like, women, when they hook up with a guy, they gotta like him emotionally. That's false. Like guys, they're just humans. Cut it out. Like if you say that, then you probably don't have the experience of being Himothy. A lot of girls just might want to bunk you just for whatever. Maybe social proof, maybe because they just want to hook up and they were like, yo, I don't want a relationship with you. Like, bro, it ain't got to be emotional. Like, they got an urge, they got a cat, they want it scratched for particular reasons too. So just humanize them and you'll be all right. Instead of saying like, oh, they got to like a man emotionally in order to give up the butt. No, they do not.
What? You don't
There's
No.
outliers to everything, and I get it.
No, bro, I'm telling you, I'm that dude. Like, and then I know a bunch of dudes that said, dude, they don't need to like you. They don't need to do all that. They're human. They're just like anybody else. The guys they don't like, they put you in that circus where you gotta appease them and all that. But that's not true.
But for one, when you keep saying they're human, have I or anyone else expressed that they women are not human?
No, but only in the approach of, and what I'm saying is I'm humanizing them, meaning they have the same type of sexual drive, I would say probably even higher than men. So when you say stuff like they have to be emotionally connected in order to have sex with a guy, and when they have sex, they're usually emotionally connected, that is false. They don't have to be that.
No, they don't have to be, but a lot of times that is the case. That's like the work husband.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
I don't know about that.
A lot of times that is the case. That's like the friend that's been her friend for 5 years just for her moment of weakness for him to goddamn it shoot his
Believe
shot.
what you want. Believe what you want. I've talked to women and women say no. Believe what
women
you want.
Say no to what?
When they're being completely honest, that is not true. They bang whoever they want to bang. Girls got.
I'm not saying that they don't bang whoever they want to bang.
You haven't done a survey. How do you know that they are emotionally connected to the guys that they have sex with? How do you even know that? Did you do a survey?
My entire life is I've been around women and spoken to women numerous of times. Not only that, I have had men that in my life to where they made a living off of women. So I'm just relaying some points that they relayed to me.
Women hook up just on the strength. If a guy look good and they want to hook up with him, they just do
they
it.
don't though. I'm saying other factors may apply. Like when they go to spring break,
just weekend, like men,
I know these women are not falling in love with a person over the weekend. I done met chicks at the club and then hit them that night.
Believe what y'all want to. That's just my.
Let's be specific. What are those other things that are factors in your mind, Charlie?
Other things that are factors is the dude that, like I said, he her work husband, and he's the one that been listening to her problems about her boyfriend and stuff like that. And as soon as they go on the fritz, because he didn't build up that emotional connection with her, that's when he take his shot. And that's when he is most likely of doing it. And it's another thing that happens to where that's why so many professors get boxed from females, because it's this complex that they have about like a man of authority of above them. It's another one to where like women have certain affections for men that have saved them in life-saving situations, like a fireman or a policeman. These are different situations to where a woman feelings come into play. I'm not saying women don't have sexual desires. I'm the kind of thing, I'm of the ones who think that women are have more sexual desires than men. They're just better at not expressing it than men.
Yeah, I was about to say, on the average, who cheats more, men or women?
I believe women.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by cheating.
Here we go.
step outside the relationship without a contract, without
What does
a
that mean?
What?
understanding.
I mean, there's emotional
What does that
cheating.
mean? Here we go.
Well,
Yeah,
like
but
a girl
the
doesn't
main
necessarily need to have sex. There's emotional cheating too. Like she's playing at something because she got a little prison boyfriend and she writing little emails and letters and love letters and stuff like that.
I think
But
the
I mean, she
problem
don't want to actually do anything.
I
I
believe the
mean,
problem starts is when men cheat and then they look down on women that do the exact same thing.
Women just cheat. I don't know. It's not about like they both humans. Like
Cheating is
I don't.
cheating.
Cheating is cheating. They both do it. End of story. It's no. Oh, this one happened first, and then look, guys. Just fucking goddamn. These girls could do everything and hell to high water, and we just gonna come up with stories.
Y'all more
Look,
forgiving. Yeah.
fucking unlimited unforgiving. Damn. I wish y'all forgive me like that. I could scam y'all. Like god dang. They just do what they want to do. Girls just want to have fun. Oh, girls. That's why y'all invented the chastity belt.
Then
Because
after
they
work,
always wanted to do that.
then after
They're just
they have their
humans.
fun, they have their little pity parties.
Yeah, and that's a fact too. But that's just like say, even if you want to bring it up biblically, or what you just singing, girls just want to have fun.
Hey,
Also you can sing ain't nothing going on but the rent. Or
I
I
agree
don't
with
want no
Uncle Guns.
scrub.
I agree with Uncle Guns. Drop it down to where Uncle Guns says what he said.
Wait,
Just
wait, hold on. What's the oldest profession?
prostitution.
Okay, and then did people have emotions in that, or were they doing business?
There's
I
all
rest
this.
my case. I rest my case. Girls don't need no damn emotion. It's business. Men are in love. Women are in business. Shout outs to CGA. Y'all guys don't get the message.
What? Yeah, no. I get what you're saying, but here's the thing. That's this that hold on, let me show this on stage right fast. That's what
Mhm.
I'm saying. That's why for one, I don't judge women for even being out in these streets because like I say, no woman grew up and when they're in school asked them what they want to be. I want to be walking out there on Figueroa Street. I want to be selling box. No. You know what I mean? In fact, I had
Now,
a
some women said
conversation
that
with
for
a
sure.
friend that come from a well-to-do family. She's like, I could never go show my body for money. I said, yeah, you say that now, but if you have a child that's looking in your face and you know your child is hungry, that option look different now.
Nah,
Yeah.
some women are on that time, bro. There is women that do that. To say
Yeah,
none,
and
that's
it's women
wild.
that enjoy it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's some women
exactly.
out there just because they need to survive.
Yeah, so what? They could do other things. They could flip a burger. Stop the cap. Like they just made a choice. That's all. I'm not judging them for it. It is what it is. But I ain't making up no damn story for them.
It's easier
Like
to
they,
make
they
that
made a
kind of
choice.
money quicker by showing your
Yeah, I'm
body
just saying you're
than to
not gonna
go out
make
on the floor.
no $1,000 in a night flipping burgers.
Bruv, there's women who decide not to do it. It's a choice.
That's
That's
a
what I'm
fact.
saying. So I don't want to hear the story afterwards. It's whatever. Nobody cares anyways. There's many stories. Everybody got a story. I
That's
live in
See,
that's
Patia.
also a fact.
Wait, hold on.
But
I live in Patia. Wait, hold on. I live in Patia. There's massive amounts of girls who turn a blind eye and decide to walk away from the tricking. They work at 7-Eleven. They sell freaking soup, soda, work hard every day, but they just don't want to sell their box on the Ave. So most
So they sell it
girls make a
at
choice not to
when they
do it.
find a sugar
So it's
daddy.
just a choice. They're
Like,
broke too. And then most of the girls who do it, they probably got pregnant by a guy before that. It's
Mhm.
not like they were in Yale. They was popping
yeah,
that cooch at a young age like they wasn't supposed to, got itself in a sticky situation, and then reverted to that. It is what it is. I'm not saying somebody need to bring the wrath of Jesus on them. I didn't say
Yeah.
that. I'm just articulating the situation. Let's rip through the storytelling. People
Hey,
just
Root
make
hit it right
choices.
on the nose. It's one of the biggest business in the world. I used to date a girl that her father owned a strip club. A lot of
Yeah,
money
shout
in
outs
that.
to the
Now
girls who
it's not.
sell it.
Now it's
yeah.
not. But I mean, because OnlyFans, this is way before OnlyFans and stuff. But it was a huge business back in the day.
Can we say that online? I thought that was a no word. I thought we couldn't say that.
Oh, not we're saying selling box, not the P word.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the only screwdrivers part.
No, you can say that.
What I find crazy, you have a lot
Only
of guys that.
farms.
Well, I find crazy a lot of guys go overseas and they fall in love with the girl they're with for an hour or two. Then they get married and then they wonder why it ends in misery.
Yeah, that happens a lot. You ain't never lie, expat.
Yeah. See, but here's the thing. It's just like the Akash thing. A lot of these men don't have enough experience with women to be able to point out such behaviors.
She was in a strip club. What
Well,
else? What game? What class
Strip
do I gotta tell
club,
you?
go girl,
Yeah,
ball
what
girl.
class?
For you know what I mean?
What class I got to give you to know you to let you know that that's probably just not the best
Red
outdoor
light
choice.
district.
Yeah. So it's just a choice. I just say it's a choice, Charlie. I get it, but people just
OTO,
make choices.
I would take the opinion even further that I would say like any girl who kind of works directly in the game or tertiary, like online or on strip clubs or something. I don't even think those are even good people. But that's just me though.
That's an
Wait, say it
argument
again.
for
My
another
bad.
day because I could see your point.
What did he say? Go ahead. One more time.
I said women who are involved in the game, whether it be tertiary or directly in the strip club or on a blade, or who work OnlyFans or who work it off of Instagram or Twitter. I don't even think they're good people. I don't think you can be a good person working that kind of job.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. I don't know about that. I mean, they can still be a good
But
person. I mean, still got to humanize them at the end of the day. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it's case by case. I
I mean,
wouldn't
if they
like if
if,
somebody.
if they have a business acumen and you're going for something that makes a lot of money, you don't care if you expose your body, and you don't care about people's opinion. It's a good business setup if you don't have those problems. Period.
I feel what KB is saying because here's the thing: if you get with a woman and you done bought some box from her, and then you come back bitching to your homeboys because she stole your wallet when you wasn't looking, that's more or less a you thing. On the simple fact, this person, when we're speaking about morals and stuff like that, this person done already shared the one sacred thing that the Creator have given them for cash. So you think she just won't steal something for cash?
I was on another live. There was this guy on there. He said he'd been to several countries, and he said he takes a girl or two back to his place. They slip him a Mickey, and they steal his passport, steal his money, anything that has any value that they can sell. And that happened to him in multiple different countries. And he was blaming the woman. He was blaming the woman for that. And I said, "You don't take no." Yeah, that's why I asked him. I said, "Well, what's the common denominator in that in those circumstances?" He says,
And how many times you gotta get burned by fire before you learn it's hot?
Well, you said that you slipped them roofies?
Mickey's. He's saying he's instead of some other thing.
He was saying he either got drunk and passed out, or they slipped him a Mickey.
Okay.
A roofie.
That's his carelessness, and his common denominator is him. He's hurting himself.
Yeah,
putting himself in those situations.
But I just say it's a human thing. Like at the end of the day, y'all can play the moral game, but humans gonna do what they're gonna do. Pastor might even be doing it. So it is what it is. I mean, I just deal with reality the way it is. Yeah, exactly. Stop the cap. Politicians doing it. You might be married and you just got a long-term complex contract, but at the end of the day, everybody's making exchanges for something.
Yeah.
And unless you are deleting people and then doing all this other stuff, I say you're in good territory. It's life. Be a king. Kings always knew that was going to be a part of the realm, and people were going to serve that. Some women love it. I've heard stories of women who say, like, these men are forgotten. These men will never have an option. So they are not only people who just listen to them, but also help them out with those times. And that just is what it is. It might not be your lot because you, Charlie, you get all the girls, Mr. Steal Your Girl. But there's some people who don't. And they have that market for them. It is what it is.
Going on.
No, I said
Well,
Charlie's
here's the thing.
Mr. Steal
Here's the
Your
thing.
Girl. Like he get
And I've
girls.
never said I get all the girls. What I will say is this: is
That's not a shot. That's a positive thing. Go ahead, Charlie.
you were being a little facetious there, but I get where you was going.
No, I was dead ass. What do you mean? Or you don't get coochie? I'll take your word for it. I'm not
Well,
saying
here's
that
the
you
thing.
don't.
Here's the thing. Multiple people have like been out in different places with me, especially when we went to Brazil. And what people gonna know is I am a people person. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna speak to a female. She gonna have to tell me no. I'd rather go home with a no than go home thinking that damn I could have fucked with her. You see what I'm saying? So where most guys scared to take their shot, I'm out there shooting like a goddamn it, automatic, a fully loaded rifle.
What I was going to say
Oh,
earlier, some people keep making the same mistakes, expecting a different outcome.
Yeah.
People are just poor judges of character, and they
Boom. Yes.
they allow those things to happen to them because of that.
That's why I say you can't blame people for what you allow in life.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna step off because my lady's downstairs cooking, and it's smelling so good that I got to go down and taste it.
Shout out to you. Hey, yep. No, shout out to you, Ron. Appreciate you pulling up.
Take care, Ronan.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, no, like I say, in contrast to what OTO is saying, that's my thing is, and that's why I do like say link with a lot of women, or a lot of women feel like I understand them, because I can look at it from a different perspective. I can look at it and be like, damn, you've been trying to get a job and you ain't got no job, so you got to go out here and script and shit like that, or maybe there's no opportunity around. Now, with that being said, I do believe there's no lack of resources, there's just lack of resourcefulness, but maybe that's the only way that she's seen. Maybe she put in the job application at McDonald's, Popeyes, Wendy's, and all of those places, and nobody was hiring her. And unfortunately, her child have to eat soon and now. And I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying I'm not the one to judge them for that.
oh, I do.
Like
Yeah.
some women overseas, the reason that some women overseas, the reason they become renter girlfriends, you know what I mean by that? Initially, it's because they need the money to take care of the kids, the children, the family, and stuff like that. It's not because they actually wanted to, but over a period of time, that stuff changes people. You know,
Absolutely.
it corrupts them.
Absolutely. I believe, yep, absolutely. You can only do things like that for so long to where you could watch. It was something that was going on, and person was like, look at that. It's like she don't even like she didn't detached herself from her body. You know what I mean? It's like you're just going through the motions at a point. There is no emotions with it. So yeah, no, in that sense, yeah, women can have sex without the emotion and things of that. They could be intimate without emotions, but it's got to be a desire or some other um
That
alternative there.
that
They're
happens
just
in
do it without a
marriage.
desire or money.
Okay. That happens in marriage though. So at the end of the day, man, people just make choices. Like you know what I mean? Like man, people make choices. It is what it is. I'm saying I'm judging this situation, but not from a negative connotation. I'm judging it so I can distinguish and indicate what it is. But it doesn't mean that I say, "Oh, you're evil now." I'm not saying that. I don't care. And then again, you could make up the well, I had to feed my kid and blah blah blah. Okay, and there's somebody else in the same circumstance that didn't do it. And then that's it. That's all I'm saying. It ain't, well, you
Oh,
you a
hold
bad
on.
person.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
just
I
no.
gotta say, yeah, you're right about that, and I gotta disagree a little bit with Charlie too, because I've had a lot of don't ask me how, but I have had a lot of sugar babies, a lot of arrangements, a lot of situations. Don't none of those girls give a fuck about how I got here or what can I do to improve my life, bro? Half of them, they're lying about how much education they have. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm at school." I'm like, "What you doing?" It's like, "Oh, I'm at school for engineering." And I'm like, Can you do this math problem? And they can't do it. They can't do shit. A lot of them, in my opinion, they have low expectations of themselves, and that's the way it's always been. And that's just how they operate. You're not gonna be able to change them because I think my opinion of it is that in that kind of industry, the way you make your money, the money comes so fast and it comes so easy. It's like rappers in a way, where because the money is just coming in so fast and you don't have to do that much work for it, and you didn't have to go to school and make all these sacrifices, and you're just getting paid for your body, not your competency. It corrupts. You start thinking like that's some normal shit, and then whenever you have to go out there and get a real job, you can't work a normal job after that.
Yeah, but how
What
are
a-
you disagreeing with Charlie by saying it? Because it sounds like you
No,
saying that I'm
I'm
saying
saying
these
it's
hoes
like
good.
don't. I'm telling you, don't feel bad for them. Don't feel bad. Don't think like
It's no
oh,
feeling bad.
they
It's
just
no
need money to
judgment.
take care of their kids and all this, bro. They
Listen,
don't need money
listen,
to take.
listen, listen,
Come on,
listen. See, I get it because for one, you're 12. For two,
man.
you come from a well-to-do home. So you wouldn't be able to understand that. I get that what you're saying. I even get what OTO is saying. But what I'm saying is a person that was in a position to where I had to do what I had to do as a man, as far as get out in the street and maybe take something from somebody, maybe sell something to somebody. I wasn't looking at it as oh yeah, no, this is what I'm doing because it's cool. No, this is what I'm doing because I need the bread.
there are plenty of men out there who would love to rent themselves out to girls if they could.
No, because it's gonna be the ones that's gonna goddamn it suffocate you when they on top of you and all of that shit. You don't want to do that shit.
Big back, big back,
Right.
big back. Back is loaded
Hey,
It's a
it's gonna
lot.
be
It's a
goddamn
lot
coming
of.
around her and she gonna
big
be
back.
snoring while she wide awoke.
I can
My
say
big back
there's.
has no room.
It's. I can say there's a lot of things people do. I understand why, but I don't always necessarily condone it.
Yeah, I
At
agree.
the at the end of the day, we all imperfect. We all make mistakes, whether you're a man or a woman. The problem is people need to take responsibility for the choices that they make, whether they're
Yeah, I
good or
get what
bad.
people saying. And all of everything, it sounds good in theory. It definitely do. But what I'm saying is this is when you make a mistake, I didn't have females in my life or known females till the very first time they had unprotected sex. They called they called something they couldn't get rid of, or they had a baby. They first time. How many I got youngest in my life that said, man, I only used the protection 4 times in my life. And this one get pregnant. She set me up like, no, bro, it's a number game. It was bound to happen. You know what I mean? So that's different. It's
Bottom
definitely different.
line, bottom line, men think with the wrong head, and women can't close their legs these days.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, look, we got a young man on the panel right now. He went to Bogota chasing love, and now he's on trash in the city. Like
He goes,
actual.
Hey
Go ahead.
Charlie, I got some stories. I
he
mean, we might
goes
talk
out.
about it later, but I got some stories from both. Man, mm-mm-mm.
You was
What a
talking
city.
about Bogota like it was the creme de la creme, though, man.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
in the past, I dated a girl very shortly until I found out that she was actually married. I ended the relationship then and there quickly.
Man, you probably missed out on some good sex.
Nah, rather not get involved in that.
I heard that because that's absolutely true. That could end horribly because that now to me that's another version of a simp too, where a dude walk in his house and he see his wife cheating with a man, his problem with the man that he don't even know or know him.
Oh,
Well, take take
mm,
for a
That's a simp to
sample.
me.
For example, in the Philippines, there is no divorce in the Philippines as of now. You can get an annulment, but that's a long, expensive process. That's no guarantee. They also have an old law. I don't think it's actually in practice, but it's still on the books. If a man, whether he's with his wife or not, they're still legally married because they can get divorced. So if a man catches his wife with another woman, he can unalive them without getting in trouble.
Damn,
And
What
that's
the fuck?
damn, that's crazy. Now that's crazy.
you don't have to take my word for it. Make sure you look it up. That way you know
No, I'm
I'm
just saying.
just
I'm
speaking
not
the
saying that's
truth.
crazy as in I don't believe you. I'm saying that's crazy, and that gotta make you really think about sleeping with another man's wife.
Yeah, but
But
in
most,
Thailand, I mean, everybody's cheating.
Hey, they say
not
Asian women
everybody,
cheat. 80% of Asian women that are in committed relationships cheat.
but that's in the Philippines. In Thailand, they do have divorce, but they don't have no fault divorce. So it's more fair for both both people involved.
Hmm.
But regardless whether it's the laws or not, people still make stupid choices every single day.
Agree. Agree. Definitely agree. But I don't know, man. Like I say, for me, and this y'all, this, that, and the third,
But
this,
for
the
me,
third.
but
No, but I was just saying that the best way I done figured out not to get let down by anybody is have no expectations for anybody. The only way that somebody could let you down is you have an expectation for them.
I
You know
don't.
what I mean?
I,
Go
I
ahead.
personally don't put expectations on the others. If I allow them in my life or they want to be in my life, I don't have to expect what they're going to do. They automatically do it. If I got to tell somebody how to be, how to treat me, and how to be with me, then I don't really need them. That's why I say it's very important to find a partner, whether it's in a relationship or marriage, that share similar values and principles as you do. If you do that, it makes it a lot easier to navigate your life together. And I understand there's some people opposites attract, each to their own, do what makes you happy without regrets. As long as
Agree.
it ain't hurting if it ain't hurting nobody else, then do what makes you happy. Your happiness don't need other people's approval.
I agree with that. It's fact. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But we know that's not the case because I believe truly, honestly and truly, if men didn't chase beauty as much, if they chased it, if they not chased it, y'all excuse my vernacular, but if they pursued women's character, moral compass, and their lineage, they would make better choices opposed to just pursuing a woman that looked good to the eye. And I think,
Well,
go ahead.
you seen a picture of my wife. I wouldn't say she's the prettiest girl. At most, she's about average looking. Some people might say she's a little bit above. Some people say that she's ugly. Each to their own. But when I consider somebody seriously, I look at the mind, body, and soul. I look at the total package, and that's how I rate somebody. I rate them overall. A lot of young guys they chase the kitty instead of the heart. You know, the hormones. They think with the wrong head. A lot of people make poor choices in life. Like I said this before. Looks fade over time. It don't in the end. It only leads to heart. So sure, you're going to find somebody that you're attracted to, but at the same time, you need to have somebody that has a good heart, and you both have good hearts. You're willing to work together, and that's what makes relationship work. A lot of times, love grows stronger over time the longer you are together. And sometimes you some people grow apart from one another. Everybody is different. There is no perfect formula that suits everybody in life. You got to find the path that's right for you.
Agree. Agree. So you hear that? Hold up, Black Men's Fair. Hold on. Let me. What's up? I can barely see your name because I'm on my phone, but just because we're on here and I'm not here, and I'm sure you come from this side. Could you come up for me? Let me see if I can see your name. Okay, for sure. 1 second, and add to stage. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Peace and blessings. I'm okay. How you doing tonight?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Quick question. This your first time on the panel?
I think so.
Okay. Do me a favor, man. We just got a little thing over here to where, everybody like say, I try to encourage people to think about this as interactive radio. You can listen all you want to. And if you hear something that you want to chime in on, please do. The only thing that I ask is, I ask two things actually. For one, before you come up on the panel, please make sure to subscribe just because we're trying to build over here and all support is very well appreciated. And also we can converse with each other over here as long as we converse in a civil matter.
No problem.
So yeah, do you have anything that you want to add to this conversation, my good brother?
I'm just coming in on the conversation. I see what the topic is about. As far as simps and things of that nature. I think my opinion is that I think the simp, the corny, and the lame is kind of like the life's blood of people in society. Um, These are the family men of society, in my opinion. I think they are highly needed as we see generations not have fatherless homes and single parent households, things of that nature. We see where relationships are at. And I think that is strictly due to women kind of dating one type of guy or only entertaining one type of guy and leaving the simp, the lame, and the corny out of the sexual kind of dating pool, and which also turns back on that they're not going to have family men to be in relationships with them and do the job and responsibility of family. And so I think simps are highly needed, and I don't think it's anything wrong with being simp, corny, or lame. I think boring and things of these nature are good for steady and stability. So that's my spiel.
Well, that's definitely an interesting perspective that you come from. So when you say things of of that nature, do you classify yourself anywhere in those categories?
Absolutely. A proud simp, lame, corny, boring. Yes, absolutely. Proudly.
Okay, okay. Shout out to you for that. What you think make you a simp?
Um, that I'm simple. Um, I want to do the easy thing, do the thing that helps whatever it is that we're going through or is going on. I want things to go smoothly and go, be moving forward. So and so my nature is like that, and so you need kind of people who understand that and can respond to that and likeness and cooperation.
Okay. Oh shit! I did not. Let me see if I can move that. Um. No, no, no. I get that. I'm just trying to do something. I'm working on my phone, and I'm generally never working on my phone. Um. But yeah, no, that's an interesting thing. But at the same time,
Uh, I would just
I
say,
because go ahead.
simping for me is I wouldn't do it, but I tell people to do what makes them happy with no regrets. If you're happy, then who am I? It's not my place to judge anybody. If you're happy, then do what makes. Then that's all that matters.
Well, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Absolutely. I think you simp for the right people. You judge people, you discern people, and you do what you feel you need to do for the right people.
Mm.
It's like you hear a lot of people talking about different things. I consider myself a Sigma male, what a Sigma male is a man that can lead, a man that can follow, or he can be the lone wolf. It just depends on what actually suits him in his life. You know.
Absolutely. My viewpoints on man is just man is about, right, you know what I mean? Doing what's right and doing what works, you know what I mean, is the most important thing. Productivity in his life, if somebody's gonna be in his life, it's good for him. That's why they're there. That's why he allowed them there. That's why he's claiming. Um, so I just think, man, overall, it's just about getting the job done. You know what I mean? I don't really get into terms of what to title him. You know what I mean? It's never really been my thing. It's the action. You know what I'm saying? What actions and works does he get done? And that's
I
what makes him the
say,
man that's the man he is.
I say, well, if it's a relationship or marriage, you both have to, each of you have to bring peace to each other's life, instead of chaos. You know, you have to, you decide, you decide what your principles, your values, and your boundaries are. And if you don't hold yourself up to them, or if the person, your partner or your wife doesn't respect them, the chances are y'all won't really meant for each other. You can make compromises. All relationships gonna have a certain amount of compromises in it, but you have to choose. You have to choose what's right for you. You can't blame others for what you allow. And you hear me say that a
Oh yeah,
lot, but that's absolutely true.
Agreed.
absolutely. I don't
Agreed.
look at man as man and blame don't go together.
Now, if got a guy that's
I agree with that.
simping, if you got a guy simping and he's complaining about what that his wife's treating him like a simp, like I'm talking about in the worst case scenario, cheating on him, disrespecting him, doing all this, and that's all he's complaining about, and he can get him to stay in the relationship. Whose fault is that? You know,
Right.
you have a right to be happy in life. You choose who you allow in it. So if you don't make changes, who is to blame for that? And like
That's it.
I
Mhm.
say, even if a relationship is perfect, tomorrow is never guaranteed.
Agreed.
Right.
But I can see where it says black man's fair.
Yes.
What in your opinion, what is a simp?
Simp is somebody who keeps it simple, somebody who kind of lowers themselves for somebody else, kind of plays low for somebody else to play high. They kind of go out of their way to do things. Um, they're trying to be pleasing. They're trying to be appeasing. They're trying to, from their perspective, make something go right and make something happen. And it may come off in a way that is not masculine, alpha, or considered leader, considered tops, considered making sure that he gets his way.
Okay.
Well,
I definitely appreciate that. But what I will say, for one, masculine and alpha is not necessarily the same thing, because you could be in a room full of soldiers that are masculine, but the commander is the alpha. He's literally leading them. You see what I'm saying? So those two are, like, by definition different. But also, I want to reiterate, when we say, when you was giving all of those descriptions, would it be fair to say it's the same thing if you put woman on the end, a man that's willing to lower himself for a woman, to put himself on a lower pedestal, to put a woman on a higher pedestal? Is
Yes.
that okay? Okay. So by
Mhm.
definition, good brother, that is a simp. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
shout out to you for that. I think this is the first time I've ever encountered a situation like this, to where a brother came on and said that he was a simp. But man, shout out to you for that. Just because at least you're living in your truth. But in my thing is this: if you do that for every woman, there's a lot to be said about that, as well as you're setting yourself up to be used, especially in this day and age that we currently live in. But if it works for you, man, more power to you. But yeah, no, I
Yeah,
just
I would say I don't let anybody use me, and if I did, I want it to be used by them. You know what I mean? But no, I don't just simp for anybody. Like I said, it's per who you feel that you should do that for per basis. You know what I mean? I don't just live the life of a simp and I'm just trying to appease everybody and do everything. You know what I'm saying? It's 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 part of nature, it's part of my nature, but I don't allow people to use me at the same time. Like, I don't have to simp for everybody. I can pick and choose who I want to simp for. But my overall goal is to make something happen.
okay.
Well, like I said
I
earlier,
mean, well, then I don't think that necessarily makes you a simp, though. I think that just makes you a grown ass man, an adult.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel
Well,
like that. I feel, I make decisions, I don't blame anybody for the decisions I make, and I keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess when we're talking about simp, like one example that I can give you, one of my buddies, he's a simp. I would say that to his face. He contacted me yesterday and was like, "Oh man, I just went to the body waxing place. I was getting some hair removed from my back and whatnot, and I met this girl. We're both in Bogota, and he's showing me this Instagram, and I'm like, dude, everything about this girl screams pro. And he's like, oh nah, bro, she's not that, bro. And I'm like, okay, fine, but I'm just telling you how I see it. He's like, nah, bro, that's not true. And then she has a link tree, and right there on her link tree is her OnlyFans. So I'm like, I show him the OnlyFans, and he's like, nah, but bro, it's not like that big of a deal because maybe she likes me for me, and we can get to talking and whatnot. There are some guys
mm,
like that who are they're just dense, and it's like you could put it right in front of them, but they're still trying to find a way to make some work that has no opportunity of working. I'm
yeah,
like, come on, man.
I believe men have
what
to grow up. I mean, everybody has to grow through experiences. When
He's
he sees
33.
whatever
How much
tactic,
growing up
whatever,
does he need to do? He's 33.
um, right. So, do you see that he's alpha outside of women, or is he simp in every other area of life? As you make an assessment or judgment of him?
Bro, I mean, if I'm being honest, this is the same guy who he goes to the strip club and try to have whole ass conversations with the strippers and shit, and tries to plan day twos. Come on,
yeah,
bro.
for sure.
what I
Come
was
on,
trying to
man.
say earlier, I said it before. My definition of a simp is a person who goes out his way for other people at the expense of his own happiness.
Well, that's what the gentleman that just pulled up on the pot. I mean, yeah, on the live just stated that he fit that
Uh,
narrative.
Absolutely.
If he's happy with it, then that's great. My heart smiles when people find the happiness they deserve in life. If that's the path he wants to walk, who am I to judge?
Yeah, I get that, and that's fair. But if okay, let's conversate. You and I. I'll just call you Black Me. For some reason, I can't see. I'm used to seeing it on my computer, and
It's
this
black. It's
just
it's
feels
black
extremely small to
manosphere.
me.
It's black manosphere.
Oh man, okay, it's fair. Okay, yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, how if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 50.
Okay, are you married?
No sir.
Have you ever been married?
No sir.
So, with those questions being answered, what have being, by your own definition, being a simp done for you? That being, and can you be a simp in in the manosphere?
There's some people that you have people that are red pill, blue pill, and they also have a group called purple pill. It's a mix of both red and
Yeah,
blue
yeah,
pill.
I understand all the pills and stuff, but listen, I take enough medicine. I ain't
I
trying to
call
learn all
myself
these
real
pills.
pill.
I
I
like
call
that.
myself Kill Bill. Shit, I don't know, but what I'm saying is this: is with that being said, in all the sentiments that you just added, Black Manosphere, why you haven't like secured something or locked in some results?
From my
Well,
simping,
Yes, sir.
I've had good relationships. I've had decent relationships with women, and got the things that I needed to get done at those times. As far as in the future, I'm hoping to get married and settle on down.
Okay. Do you travel?
Not a big traveler. Maybe gonna do more in the future, but not a big traveler. No, I wouldn't say so.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, no, man. I think just because we at the end, I think so you should come up a lot more, or at least the next time I'm going live again tomorrow. And I would definitely want to dive and converse on this topic a little bit more because, like I said, this is a first time for me. And if I don't do nothing
yeah,
else
but
while I'm on this thing,
one
I'm
thing
I'm
I
trying
wanted
to
to
learn.
point out, one thing I want to point out is he said he simps, but at the same time he doesn't allow people to mistreat him.
Well, yeah, but at the
Absolutely.
He
same
did say
time,
that.
the man that's getting kicked in the balls by the paid lady feel like he's not being mistreated because this is what he wants.
Hey, lady, what? I missed something.
No, no, I'd use that as an example. I'm not saying you paid the lady.
Well, in general, I tell people to enjoy life by letting other people do the same. But the problem is, most people like sticking their nose in other people's business. If they're happy and they're not interfering in your life, and you're both happy, why does it really matter? You know, at the end of the day, you're responsible for the choices you make in life. You know, I
Yeah,
can
I
tell you
get that.
how I can. My advice is based on my life experiences. It might not be right for everybody. I fully understand that. You know,
That's a
do
fact.
walk the path that makes you happy.
Yeah,
And
that's a fact. And I tell people I'm a happy person by nature, but I'm also a person that's open minded as well. So I didn't converse with plenty of people to where I had one stance, and after I present my facts and evidence, and after they present their facts and evidence, it's been a time or two to where they persuaded me that my thinking was flawed. So I'm an open-minded person. That's why I say I have more questions in this particular situation. And when people come on to a podcast or live stream and say, "What do?" That's what these things are for, to talk about it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we'll just be four men on here just looking at each other, and that's not a party I want to go to.
well,
Pause.
most people tell me how they, their position, their thoughts, their opinions on how they live their life. And I tell others, what I think. We may not agree, and that's perfectly fine. You
Absolutely.
know, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one. It doesn't make you right. It doesn't make you necessarily right. It doesn't necessarily make you wrong. But
Well, I think
what's right for one person may be different for another.
Agreed.
I think men operate by what's right. Whatever works for a man is what's right. If he went up to a woman and said, "Hey, beautiful, can I get your number? Can I take you out?" And he did that with a woman and it worked and he had a relationship with her and things like, what I'm saying? Men are creatures of habit. They do what works, and what works is what's right in his life. So I think men can be just as dreamy as women and fantastical in the mind as women are. Just like the gentleman was talking about his friend and him simping, and his tactics and ways he goes about a woman is kind of like dreamy and fantastical and romantical. And so these things can happen, but I think men learn for themselves what works for him, what works is what's right, and I think that's men's logic.
Yeah, man, sure. I gotta push back on that, and I'll tell you why. Because you said the gentleman on that's talking about he's just like his friend because birds of a feather flock together. So they're both
What
in
do
their
you
strip club making plans to
mean?
marry strippers. They're both in there making plans to.
Nah.
Oh, you gonna marry Cinnamon? I'm gonna marry Gumdrop. You see what I'm saying? That's my only pushback on that. He in there
Crystal,
talking
like the
about shit. She
champagne.
really likes him.
K, KB says the only reason he agrees with him is because he's looking for another kidney.
Yeah. No, something like no, that's his stories. Like that, yeah, no. It's man, she really liked me. No, bro, you just tipped her $20, bro. That's what that is.
Well, that
Nah,
ain't work.
man,
Like,
I'm serious.
what's his end game? What's his goal to with this woman? Is it just to talk to her? Is it to have sex with her? Is it to get into a relationship with her? Like, I think
No, she
men have
really
a
liked me.
mission.
They at the strip club. She looked him in the eyes and she said she'll be
Bruh,
right
all
back.
right. So
And
let
when
me
she
kind of
walked
explain.
away,
Let me
when
explain
she
what
It's
walked
happened,
away,
right?
it
he looked at his
started with the strip
homeboys and
club.
said, "Bro, she really liked me. I think I found the one."
Yeah,
He
that's
don't do that
fantastical.
anymore.
That's
But
very
like,
dreamy. That's real dreamy. I like to see him
nah. So this is
them
what
make her the
happened. Like,
one.
we're at the club,
Right.
and I'm sitting there, and getting dances and whatnot in Bogota, and then he's like, "Oh, what do you think about that girl over there?" And I'm like, "Dang, bro, she kind of busted. You sure that's what you want?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I call her over, and like they just spent hours just talking, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man? Like, why are you trying to spend all this time talking and doing all this bullshit? Like what she is, and after you leave." It's gonna be like another group of guys here, right? So just move on, man. But I don't know, man. He sees the girl, and the girl might show him some interest, or the girl could just be being nice, and he's just off to the races, and you can't
Yeah.
tell him nothing either. Can't tell him nothing. So I'm like,
How
why
is
are you
his
doing
success
this?
rate? How is his success rate with actually getting to know her, getting into a relationship with her?
It's what you'd
What's
expect. There's no real success rate. It's what you'd
so his
expect,
success
man.
is just actually dreaming about her and getting close and spending hours talking. That's his thing.
Dude, it's just bruh. How much romanticism is there when right after I left, she busted down naked to like a busted down completely naked
That's not in his mind. That's
come
not in his
on,
mind. That's
bruh.
not what all he's focused on is the relationship that he has of talking to her. And what about yo, man? I think the world of her right now. So that's what I'm trying to do that. And then when he gets to her, he's just talking, and then that's the end of everything. I mean, I guess that's it. That's what he wanted to do. Just
Nah,
dream.
they've been going there every weekend for the last 5 months. Come on, bro, she coming around, bro. She coming around.
Nah,
Yeah. Hey, he's in his head about it, man. Hey.
nah, but I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying this is why simping is such a dangerous disease. It got niggas thinking stuff that's really it. They start thinking that, oh yeah, like she really like me. She really this. Meanwhile, she's an OnlyFans girl. After I told him and showed him the link tree with the OnlyFans and her Instagram and TikTok, he was still trying to argue. He's like, "What would you do in this situation, bro?" And I'm like,
Nah, see, I
"Come
think we
on,
got them
man. Like,
guys.
I'm not even the right
Toss
person to ask
toss
about
the
this."
trash in the garbage where it belongs and
I
walk
think we
away.
got them.
Nah, I
I
just
mean,
told
there's
him, I'm
Straight
like,
nothing.
up.
There's
bro, just
nothing really going on, so it's nothing really to. He just likes to talk to women, have a nice fantasy and dream that he's getting with them, or and have a nice conversation with her. He's good.
Some
I don't
guys
know,
like to
man.
pay to have a good time.
Fucking,
Hey,
I
He
can't
Fred.
had
do
a good
that,
time. He's
man.
willing to spend hours doing that. I mean, he's having a good time. He's
I mean,
willing to
come
come back
on, like
day after day, month after month. That's what he like to
fucking
do.
sitting down, taking bitches out to eat all day. Can't do texting all the time.
Was the
Damn,
end result he was happy?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
If he
I didn't
was
really ask.
if he's happy about it, no regrets of with his actions, then that's up to
He's
him.
not complaining. He's not complaining to you about something going wrong. So
Yeah.
Fair
Most
enough.
people, if something
I
goes
mean, bro,
wrong, they
come on, come
usually
on. All right,
complain
so
about it.
if you
Hey,
had a
listen,
homeboy and he was trying
KB,
to
you can
date
tell him when I
an
drop her off
OnlyFans,
tomorrow night, he gonna get another shot, long as he just paying for lap dances, so she could be there.
Well, I can give you a sample. Like I said, I knew a guy here. I won't mention his name in Thailand. He went to the red light district, fell in love with a rent-a girlfriend who wants a 24 hour to take him back to the hotel. He fell in love with her, decided to marry it. I said, man, you're crazy doing that. I said, most of them relationships in the misery. He goes, I know what I'm doing. He wound up buying her a house, car, furniture, everything, put her name on his bank account, his main bank account. She drained him dry and he became homeless. And he was going around, he was homeless begging other expats to help him get enough money so he can get the flight to go back home.
That's crazy.
Because, like, the
Dang, hold on,
embassy,
hold on,
embassy
hold on. The stripper didn't even give him enough to like get back home. That's a cold bitch. Shit,
took everything.
that's a
Shoot, her
cold
And
mom
bitch,
lucky. She
man.
probably have a
the
husband.
thing is, the U.S. embassy, like say for America, for example, the U.S. embassy will pay for a flight for you to go back home, but you have to pay that money back.
I'm
And
aware,
he,
expat, but have a heart, you know? Like if I would have robbed you for everything you had, I would have at least given you a little something to get back home with, you know? Just don't
Well, you
complain
got
too
to make
much, you
sure
know?
it's some
you're dealing with
seriously
a
is.
woman that loves you.
That ain't even about love. That's just kind of like, I mean, you know, at least
Oh,
if you have something to get back home with, you know.
I forgot to mention that she kicked him out of the house. After she kicked him out of the house, her Thai boyfriend moved in.
There you go.
That
So now do you start
was
Every
shooting in Thailand or what?
well. I told you how I met my wife. Um, I found peace within myself, and then I found a wife that added value to my life. And I never regretted this decision. And we almost 14 years married. Will it last? Is it guaranteed? Guaranteed? You're gonna grow old and pass away? No, nothing is ever guaranteed. So I just make the best of each day. Grateful for what I have.
I think men, from when the times they're young, they need experiences in the field of chatting women up, talking to different women, having different experiences, women to understand himself, how he works, how women work. You're in the field getting an education. You know what I mean? And growing in your younger years. I can remember being young with my teenage friends and us grooming each other to not just see a girl, you know what I mean, like, oh, we just woke up yesterday and just discovered there's women around and we're attracted to them, you know what I'm saying, because we'll be doing that all the time. No, go up to her, go talk to her, don't sit here and talk to me about her, you go make that happen with her. You know what I mean? So you kind of groom and you kind of kind of make yourself into the man that you need to be and want to be.
It's
Hmm.
like I say in a relationship, you must maintain what brought you together. While throughout y'all being together, you got to grow together as a couple. You know, life is forever changing, and different circumstances, problems with and outside the relationship can add many factors into that. Nothing is, nothing is perfect. So you just do what you can do. You know,
I
like if
agree.
my wife, if
Real
my
quick, guys. Let me send a shout out to Ruth. We really appreciate you pulling up and having some some very interesting feedback. And like I say, anytime that you see me, sure, feel free to pull up. Like I say, this is over here is what I tell people, as you can see from our conversation tonight. This is not the He Man Woman Hater Club. In fact, I don't want to be in no club of me date women. That's not what I do. I'm not judging. I just don't want to be a part of it. So, with that being said, like say, I got some equal smoke for all both sides, men and women. So definitely appreciate you pulling up, and I will definitely be coming back tomorrow. We got a different one discussing reality or fairy tale, and it's about like Western mindset and things of that nature. So we very appreciate you pulling up, and it's a little bit late, so we even appreciate you more for sticking with us this long. You have a blessed night, and once again, thank you so much from Charlie Chan TV. My apologies. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Well, I say thanks for having a panel on. I'll say goodbye. But what I would say, actually, what I was going to say, I actually forgot what I was going to say.
You were
It
talking
happens to me
about
all the time,
relationship.
respect.
you know, well, no, oh yeah, I was talking about relationship. What I was going to say is, everybody has the right to choose the path they want to walk in. What gets me is when people cry and complain about what they allowed in their life, even if they found out by accident later that somebody's done them wrong. It's the people that continue to be in that relationship, complains, cries about it, or it winds winds up ending so miserable because they just ignored the red flags. You know, they blame others for what they allow, and then they get on there and they go, "Oh, it's women's fault," or they go, "Oh, it's men's fault." It takes two people to tangle. So who is at fault? One or the other? Maybe one more than the other, or the person that allowed it.
Yeah, I feel you. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely feel you. I think, man, in this great big world of ours, man, especially if you a man, you should be able to not just work hard enough, but be able to go wherever it is to seek out what you want to seek out. If it's fun for the rest of your life that you want to seek out, it's places for that. If it's marriage and a committed relationship that you want to seek out, is places for that. Just pick a side. You know what I mean? You guys know how I feel about fence hurdlers and things of that nature. But pick a side, man. Be all that you could be. You know what I mean? Don't be wishy washy. So with that being said, we're gonna go on, close it out and things of that nature. Manosphere, I'm gonna let you lead it off. You got any ending words before? Oh, do me a favor, bro. Once you get up out of here as well, please hit that subscribe button for me so that way next time that we go live, you'll definitely know about it. And I definitely like your point of view just because you coming from a different angle. I haven't seen men come up and say, "Yes, I'm a proud simp and I represent that." And I think that's an interesting angle to come at it. Is so we definitely appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you as well, brother. Appreciate everybody on the podcast, and I would just say, just spread love, not war. People are looking for acceptance. People are looking for love. People are looking for to do business. People are looking to partner up, and give the people what they want. Create better relationships. So I would just end off saying that. And peace to the brothers, and I'll definitely be back. Thank you for having me.
No
Just a
problem, man.
real quick response
Go
to
ahead.
that. The world already has enough problems as is without people making it worse, and
Yeah,
that's the
I
truth.
agree. But real quick, Manosphere, like my name is Charlie Chan of Charlie Chan TV. Bro, you came off really dope tonight, man. So anytime you see me and it's my panel, please feel free to pull up, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate you
It
for
was
having me,
nice
and I
meeting
definitely will
you.
be back. Nice
No
meeting
problem.
you
You have a
guys
good
as
night,
well.
bro.
Yes, sir. You too. Salute.
All right. Oh, okay.
So, B, you there?
KB, you want to say anything before we get up out of here?
Nah, that's pretty much it.
Hey, listen, I know you, goddamn it, you out there harvesting kidneys like a motherfucker. So I know you. When you get back, I need to borrow $5, bro. You know what I mean?
Man, I got some stories from Bogota,
Well,
but I guess
you
that's for
know
another
where
day.
to get a kidney if you need a new transplant.
Right, right. I met the
If you ever
plug
need
on
a new
here.
transplant, you know where to get a kidney.
He gonna be like, man,
KB
I
said
got this
he'll hook you up.
Albanian kidney, bro. They ain't got those on the regular market.
Mm.
Nigga, what you want? But
Nah, it's interesting, Trump. Maybe we can talk about more about Chill Capo, if you haven't already, because I think that's a pretty interesting piece of news. If you haven't
Phil
heard the news
Capo,
already.
like that sound like you just damn near made me agree to something that ain't. You know what I'm talking about? What is
Well,
that?
Oh
there's
no, you didn't hear about that? Okay, so this is what the story is. I don't know if you heard about it. So he was the guy who's been in Medellin for years and he had a visa. and then he was working for one of the local clubs, I think, as a promoter. And Colombian Migracion just showed up one day while he was at Parquilleras and just arrested him and deported him same day.
Oh, that's not the red beard dude, is it?
No, no, not him, not him.
Okay.
Not him. So the Colombian immigration authorities are saying, "Oh, it's because he's promoting a certain kind of tourism that we don't like." But then, at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, come on, you're just gonna deport a guy who has a visa, like he has a digital nomad visa, and they just kind of deported him, and they're just kind of celebrating kind of the whole thing. But people are kind of saying like there might be something deeper to it because as he explained, he used to work for one of the bars or clubs there, and one of the reasons why he stopped working there was because they would shortchange him. So he would earn a commission for people who would come into the bars and clubs, buy tables, buy bottles, and then when it came time to pay him, they would refuse to pay him or they would shortchange him. So he went to work for another bar or club there, and people are saying it could be that someone called the police, reported his account so that they can get him deported, kind of clear out the competition a little bit.
Okay, well, yeah, no, we
A
definitely
deep ass
chop
conspiracy,
it up
yeah.
on that a little bit more.
I
But
know you
what I
want
can
to.
say real quick, for the gentleman in the back office, man, I'm so sorry. We believe it or not, I didn't went damn near 2 hours over the time because I'm supposed to stop at 3 hours. But man, feel free to pull up tomorrow night, man. We got a plethora of topics that we're gonna pull up and speak about tomorrow night, man. My apologies, but in order
This
for me to be consistent with this, I gotta start getting it down within a certain amount of time. So shout out to you,
this
good bro.
I'm a
Go
bit
ahead, X-Pac.
surprised, Charlie. I would think like you would know quicker than me. Shit.
Quick,
I
no,
would
no.
I would
Man, I've
say
been working
too.
like say I know you in the like say you into I've been fucking with this. I mean, I've been on this AI kick lately. You know the new thing that we ain't got to
Hmm.
talk about, but I've been on that lately. In fact, I'm trying to order a Mac Mini. Just they said I won't be able to get it for like I think they said for a month, and that's just for the basic one. If I wanted to spec one out, they said that's gonna take like 2.5 months, which is crazy.
Hmm. Chip
Right.
shortage.
This just say real quick to possible future topics. One, what's the difference between a good man and a nice guy? And the second topic, the 5 stages of a relationship.
Mm.
And then I ended there. I won't say anything else.
Now I might have to link with you about that, expect because I may not know the 5 stages of a relationship. So I'm sure one of them is married, and I've never been there. But yeah. With that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and clear out and things of that nature. KB, did you say anything?
Okay.
Everything you wanted to say before you got up out of here, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I want to respond to that comment. I mean, he's saying he was tits on how to get around the system. What does that even mean?
Oh, Chalupe be having the scoop too. So
I don't
yeah,
know. What
nah,
does that
like
even mean?
let's pull. No, no, no. We can't do that tonight, guys. We gotta go. I gotta go. Well,
Ano-
Lupe, I
Another topic
definitely,
for another time.
yep, yep. I definitely want to learn more about that because say he was teaching people how to get around the system on YouTube. Yeah, I definitely want to. In fact, I'm gonna try to look that up tonight. Is that what it? Capo? That's the name. That's his name. Chill Capo or just Capo?
Chill capo.
One
But
way
yeah, he
to
got deported.
one
COPO?
one way to escape the system is to understand that different countries have different systems that they run under and
I
choose the right one for
understand,
you.
but because you might make me go into a little bit of a rant, but bro, Colombia has such a problem with just keeping people accountable for stuff. Like maybe this is a conversation for another day because this thing might get a little dark, but I've just seen so many things here that I'm just I to me it's like whenever I hear news and then they're putting shit on like foreigners and Americans, I'm like, bro, y'all do that to the max. I see fucking yellow taxis picking up, you know, children.
Well,
I
I'm
ain't gonna
going
say too much, but when you see it, you see it. So it's like, come on.
I'm going to go
Mm.
ahead and leave the stream so Charlie can get ready to end it because we keep coming up with new things to talk about.
You gonna get me into a rant, man.
So take care.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, X-Pac, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. You know, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have a good night, Charlie.
You as well, KB. Appreciate you, man.
You too.
Bless. All right, guys. Man, once again, man, I want to say appreciate each and every one of you pulling up and kicking the man. And keep in mind, man, if you haven't subscribed first in this order, subscribe, notification bell, like. I'm not asking for any donations, no cash apps, no nothing like that. I'm just asking for you guys to support the channel by hitting the subscribe, notification, and like. You know what I mean? So, but with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Take care of you as well, X-Pac. We're gonna go ahead and close out and appreciate everybody. I got an outro song that should be connected to my outro, so y'all stick around for that. And if you want, you can drop some comments and things about it, or what you think about it on the way out. So this is Charlie Chan with Charlie Chan TV, and I'm over and out.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out the travel corner, the undisputed global contender, TV. Yeah. Bell ring, ding. Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan. Step in the ring, yeah, he the man. Passport stand, I watch him land. Heavyweight moves, world in his hands. Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan. Gloves laced tight, camera in hand. Every city turned to a fan. Main event, every time he land. Walk in the ring like Rio Carnival. Brazil nights, feel unstoppable. Boca Chica sand, tactical. Blue mall drip, fashionable. Moxie vibes, traveler excellence. Yacht life, waves that presence. Designer breakfast, elegance. Camera steady, intelligence. Mr. Flight still made it, turn setbacks into greatness. Every L built patience, now the arena shaking. He don't throw punches, he throw punches. Left hook angles, confidence. Right hook get his dominance. Heavyweight grind, no nonsense. Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan. Step in the rain, yeah, he the man. Passport stand, I watch him land. Heavyweight moves, world in his hand. Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan. Gloves laced tight, camera in hand. Every city turned to a fan. Main event, every time he land. Carnival lights, championship. Brazilian nights, ownership. Ocean waves, that motion grip. Camera lock, no focus slip. Every vlog like title defense. Every upload makes silence tense. Algorithm can't stop the champ. He move global, no fence. Polo, fresh, clean, fit. Breakfast, views, lead, mix. He saying rounds, 3-minute clips. Every trip hit peak, metrics. He ain't loud, but the moves speak. From island heat to city streets. From turbulence to front row seats. Now the whole crowd on their feet. They doubted the vision, he tightened the gloves. They questioned the grind, he rose above. Now the lights flash bright, every city prime time. Every vlog prime time, yeah, prime time. Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan. Main event across the land, yeah. From beachside sand to the stand. Heavyweight with the camera in hand. Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan. Bell ring loud, he don't stand. World tour written in the plan. Undisputed, travel chant.